Sam, are you ready?
Yeah, right.
Because it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah,
Live.
right. I did this live.
Which I gotta ask Kenny for that. I gotta ask Kenny for that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like again, like we've been missing pictures,
And
we've been missing
videos.
videos. And this is like the only anime NYC we're gonna have like content that's gonna be for next following year.
I just forgot, Sam. On the Streamlabs side, we're both publicly loud, so people hear us. Welcome,
Oh,
Anime Leader fans. How you guys hearing us?
they can
It's
hear
a
us?
yeah, they do. They do.
You didn't mute us? Oh,
No, I did not
okay.
mute us. I did not mute us. I totally forgot. I totally, like we said, we haven't been live in a month, so I was a bit rusty with the fingers out here, so I forgot to press mute on some places and everything. Glad that we didn't have a behind the scenes conversation. Anyway, we're here live on the Thursday evening anime podcast, episode 13. It's been a couple weeks, but you know what? It's good to be back. It's a good way for the end of the year. At the foreseeable future, we do plan to have the next couple episodes for the next 3 weeks. At the moment, things might change. Things might be planned. So we'll keep you updated on the Anime Leader Twitter. But
I would like to add before we start the show, the whole Mask at Anime NYC thing, that's all just a joke. We will explain fully ourselves in the future.
yes, do not dislike.
Yeah, we have to talk about this Minnesota guy on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do not dislike just because YouTube took up the dislike count. By the way, if you
can't
have,
see that no more. Like,
well, technically, if you have a Google extension, you can still see it. Just saying for those people that want to
but
see it.
what's the point? You have to do all the extra work just for an extension. Come on,
It's so
YouTube.
stupid, dude. Like,
It's so
this
stupid.
PC culture, like in some cases, it's so fucking stupid, dude.
I think
But-
we should I forgot who
It's
it
good
was.
for analytics.
It
Yeah,
is.
I think it was Herms. I think we should have like a whole comment down there. It's like you can put your dislikes here or something like that, just so that
That
we
is
know
very
our
true.
analytics.
But like Sam was bringing up, guys, if it's the first time here and you like the comedy here, subscribe, like the video, and comment below if you enjoyed us. If you're here the first time, welcome to meet us, the lovely faces of anime lately. Sam, here's your goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to an episode of the Anime Daily Podcast. I am your host, Sam the Manga Man, and here are me with my brotakus. Introducing first, we have the devilishly handsome tiefling in the Black Clover community. He has a great love for Trigon, my hero, and unfortunately, not Cowboy Bebop. He is the Hurricane Typhoon, Legendary Vash, the engaged pancakes and cheese lover, aka Cheese Nuts, aka Cheese Stroke, aka the man who broke his promise to watch Hunter x Hunter last Sunday, Miguel Pa. And our last Protaku, he is the CEO of Careful Spoilers Podcast Network, the host of Careful Spoilers shows, C4S Villains, founder of the No Anime No Life Facebook group. He is JB, exclusive, the invincibly talented James Barnes. How are we all doing?
Man, I gotta say, it's good to be fucking back. Like, literally be on a live show. And, like, I was telling my boss, like, yo, I appreciate you always having me as the early person. So I could come in at 6 in the morning and leave at 6. And I could still make it to my show. Tomorrow, I start at 6:30. And he said, hey, Vash, are you going to come in early? So I'm like, hell yeah. Because you know why? Because I could come home to my other show podcast tomorrow. And he said, oh, I'm glad to hear it. I'm like, yeah, I get no sleep. But you know what? I still get to do my personal life stuff and do the shows that I love to do with these lovely two gentlemen that here. So it just feels good, man. Just talking on your mic and being with your friends and talking to the community. It just feels fucking great.
It is officially festival holiday season. Now
That
we
is
can
true.
have the whole Christmas song. If we're gonna play the whole Mariah Carey, all I want for Christmas, go right ahead. I guess
Oh,
it's now
I've been
appropriate.
hearing it already for like a
I think
week.
officially, I only heard it maybe like 3 times, maybe 4. I know one time was at Vash's party at his home housewarming. Yeah, they were
There's a
playing.
Christmas song?
Playing that they were playing the Mariah Carey "All
I
I
do
Want
not.
for Christmas."
I literally do not
They did.
recall.
But yeah,
When does it stop? Stop playing it.
I don't
December
remember.
26th.
But James, how does it feel? Like you haven't done villains in like a good 2 weeks, and we haven't done the anime show in a good 2 or 3 weeks. How does it feel to be back?
It feels great to be back, dude. Like, I love making content. I love making content with you guys. So it's like, it feels great to be back on the mic, back on the cam. And I can't wait to talk about everything we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about some anime NYC, which was one of the best moments of my life. We're going to talk about some Cowboy Bebop, a bunch of other shit. So I'm very excited for tonight's show and for us to talk about the first 3 episodes of Hawkeye on Villains tomorrow. So it's going to be a very fun 2 days.
Yeah, that's a good quick plug for those that don't know. Myself and James and Abe, also part of the team, and Steve, we're doing the C4's Villains episode 44.
42.
Is
Okay, I jumped 2 weeks. 42 will be tomorrow, and we're talking about the first 3 episodes of Hawkeye and news. And I haven't checked the notes, so I don't know what else. So I'm just here running down. But other than that, jump tomorrow on the 10 p.m. EST and 9 CST, right?
Yeah.
I got it right then. So definitely check that and continue subscribing to the Careful Spoilers, because you know what? We passed 500 subs, and I'm glad to say that as well.
Finally.
And we haven't officially said it since 2-3 weeks ago. We also passed 10,000 downloads, listeners on the audio side of the Anime podcast and the Shonen Ronin, both our podcasts together. So that's also another congratulations to us and our brand. So I'm very happy to see that and say that. So it's very great.
Yeah, man. Great accomplishment.
But let's just talk about NYC. Let's just jump straight into it since
let's do a recap of our lives for the past month hiatus.
yeah, that is very true. For those that don't know,
Full recap of our lives.
Anime NYC was November 17th, was it? I'm gonna double check right now. Real quick.
Yeah, I need to double check that too.
November 18th. Oh well, 19th to the 21st. But I counted the 18th because that's when I met one of my long lost friends. His name is JB, James Barnes. I met him. I picked him up at the airport, which was technically I was a bit late because he told me that his flight was 11:50. I'm like, all right, cool. I was gonna.
Got in early.
He got in early. I didn't expect that, so I literally arrived, and I gotta tell you, this man is short. Didn't expect that. He told us about it, but I expected.
Guys, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. He knows I'm 5'5", yet he's surprised that I'm actually 5'5".
I feel like he needs to see it to
lied.
believe it.
I lied that I was 5'5" for some magical reason. Yes.
No, but what's crazy about it is that he sent me, Ray, and Sam a picture like a year ago or two when he went to see his brother, and then when he saw the picture, he's like, "Wait, James, you're short," and then like, but seeing it in person, it just throws me off because Steve, for some
Guys,
parents,
Vash has never seen someone 5'5" before, so he was just very thrown off by someone that's 5'5".
No, but
it's
like
never happened to him before, so
I guess he
it
never
was a shock.
He never seen.
I just felt like Steve.
He never seen a person who tell the truth about their height.
Right?
Instead of like people on their Tinder, I'm 5'8", I'm 5'10".
No. It's because Steve put the idea of how you judge a person by the camera, because he thought I was the shortest one of the whole crew. So then, but the way James puts his angle and he always sits properly straight, so it's just he makes himself look big and sound big. So actually seeing me in person,
That's
like
your perception. That's not something that I do at all.
it is a perception, correct? So, but things I blame Steve because he put that idea in my head where he out of nowhere said I was the shortest one out of all of us. I'm like, I've technically the second or third tallest now, counting Abe. So it's like it's literally
change the word tallest to youngest. There we go. That's the correct word. Youngest.
Yeah, that is true. I'm the youngest still, because Abe,
Actually, no,
myself, and Ray.
I'm sorry. Spicy took your place. Never mind. You're not the youngest.
That is
anymore.
true. Spicy took my place. Damn, wow. You got a point there. But yeah,
doesn't mean your youth is gone.
That is true.
Means you're just not the little brother anymore.
But me and James met at the airport first, and then I gave him 2 options, like, hey, want to first chill straight or want to meet Sam? He said, I want to meet Sam. I want to meet him before, and like I have to. And
test that day too.
And how did it go, James?
Dude, it was great. First off, right, Vash left out a very important part of him picking me up, right?
First class.
He was also late because there was a crash on the highway.
Oh yeah, that's
Bro,
true.
New York drivers are the worst, bro.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
First
just
of all, he
wait.
picks
That's
me up.
recent. That's always been like we're
Yeah,
not.
but
We're
I've
not
never
really good.
experienced it before. So it's like he picks me up, and then we're on the highway, and within like 10 minutes, there's almost 2 accidents. I'm like, these people really are the worst drivers I've ever seen. This shit is crazy.
Now you know why I don't drive and I don't own a car.
Bro, I was just driving today on my way home here, and I hate how people be like driving so slow in the middle lane and the left lane. I'm like, no, the middle lane is for being fast and to switch lanes. The left lane is for speed. The right lane is for cruising. So if you want to chill, go to the right. And that shit was annoying me, and I hate it. People don't fucking signal either. So it's like pissing me off. And when I was driving home,
they would literally
it literally
drive as if they
reminded
were,
me
like,
of
Fast and
James,
Furious.
because I was like, oh, that reminded me what James said. Like totally, like so many accidents. I literally saw like almost 3 accidents happen in front of him. Like, yeah, are idiots. Yeah, a bunch of big idiots. It was just getting me mad. I was like, I don't want to drive. Like, no. Like,
It's like, I just want to make it to Sam alive. I need to meet the homie. So it's like we drove to Sam's place, finally got to meet Sam. That was fucking dope. Wish we could hang out that day, but I got to see you the next day, which was great. Got to get dinner that day.
Got your night. Yep, got you. Met up with you guys at night. During that same night, we watched the My Hero concert.
no, then that was Thursday. Sam.
Oh, okay, yeah, we met up Thursday. Yeah,
We met up Thursday, but then you had an exam, so you went back home,
Yeah.
and then me and James parked my van in Queens, and then we took the train, the lovely, beautiful, clean MTA, right, right, James?
Surprisingly, that first train that we took was pretty clean.
It is because the 7 train.
Yeah.
It is because the 7 train is known to be very clean, so it kind of works out. It works out very in that way. But right after that, we just went straight to most of the trains, and then James really had a nice hotel, but being in the lower Manhattan, it's very snug, very snug.
Very small, but it doesn't matter. It's like I was never there.
Yeah,
was
like
to
Just
sleep.
That's just sleep and shower. That's
Yeah.
really it.
Yeah.
And we also met Abe, even though he cannot be on a podcast because he's still on vacation. But man, like to me, Abe, it was a treat.
Yeah, it was great to meet Abe. It was great to meet all of you guys. It's just like we've been friends for almost exactly 4 years at this point, right?
I think 5.
Well, we have known each other since the summer/fall of 5 years. But we had you on the first show tomorrow.
Phase 1.
Tomorrow, phase 1 actually would be tomorrow. Ah,
Yeah,
I just realized
been
that
friends with
again.
These guys for 5 years, almost 5 years, and I finally got to meet them. So that was really fucking dope. Just chilling with Vash and Abe at the hotel. Then we walked around a bunch.
A bunch?
We went to see the Oculus building.
Yeah, we walked 40 blocks because I gave them the option. I be like, hey, James, what do you want to experience New York? Walking everything. He's like, sure. I'm like, just saying, it's a
Unless you
long
want to
walk.
drive into
Just saying,
bad
like,
driver territory.
and then we walked from Wall Street or the World Trade Center all the way up to 42nd Times Square. And we also were trying to meet our boys, Pat and Yin. But it was just miscommunication, and they were doing their own thing. But we were trying to see if we could merge, but it just didn't work out because his team landed late. They were hungry, so a lot of shit happened. But it was myself, James, and Abe, and we walked through the Oculus, 14th Street, Canal Street, 23rd Street, Washington Square Park, 34th Street. We went to use the bathroom at Crocs, so that was dope as well. We passed by Macy's.
Vash tricked us into
How?
going into a Crocs.
I said, hey guys, can we pass by my old job? I need to use the bathroom real quick.
You could-
They were like, yeah, right, huh, really? You want to use the bathroom now at Macy's that has probably like mad stores over there, like mad bathrooms over there? Like, well, the bathrooms are all the way upstairs in the 7th and 3rd floor. Here, we could just literally go across the street.
See,
Just go
I
inside.
would have done that instead of going into a Crocs because I swore I would never do it ever in my life. But I did. For you.
Hey, but work out. Like you get to see some nice Crocs.
Yeah,
Maybe
no, right, Ray? What a bum.
There were no nice Crocs. Ray was good, bros. Steve was
Was
good.
good, right?
Steve
He was good, guys.
Steven's like, finally. Yeah, we're here live. We're talking about NYC, and we just we
The
walked
New York
to
experience too. man.
we
Ray, I cannot wait to meet you in person, dude. Like,
As
it was
well.
great to meet everyone else. Like, I cannot wait to meet you, dude.
I
It's like
cannot
the
wait to
time-
drop kick him too.
I was feeling like, oh my god, we should have met up much earlier, because I felt like all this time we would have been good friends. We like in person too. We would have like spent some time as well.
Oh yeah.
I felt like, damn, 5 years. A little bit more time, a little bit wasted. We could have just hanged out, try to meet
Yeah.
up with something. But hey, I mean, like opportunity came where we can meet up for Anime NYC, as press, and like we all had fun.
Press. It was
Yeah.
glorious.
Oh, that is true. We did go as press as too, but hey, we're still talking about Thursday. I cannot wait to talk about Friday in the line and everything. So, can't wait to talk about that. But we went to 42nd, and just to see James' reaction to see Times Square and everything, because the last time you came here, you said that you was 8 years old, right?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe.
So
I don't even remember, bro.
So just to see your, I was telling the guys, I don't know what I have more fun, enjoying Anime NYC again, or just enjoying the experience of having James and Abe throughout the whole time, and just seeing this was their first con, and just seeing how great of a time they had. It just made it more enjoyable for me in my eyes, in my perspective.
Well, I'm sure you did, because all those believe puns from
Oh,
Macy.
why would you bring that back up? I forgot. And you bring it back.
No, like me too. Me too. The one that made the jokes, I believe, because we were walking by Macy's, and the Thanksgiving parade around that time, and also it's Christmas, so the other word believe. We were literally walking by there because we also went to eat. We also went to eat Korean barbecue, and right there on 32nd of Broadway, it is AKK Town, which is Korean town for those people that have passed by there or lives in New York or don't know. And the word believe there, if you see me the way here, I make jokes, I'm the same way out there. So I continue my jokes.
I
Some
still
land,
swear
some
that-
hit.
That
And-
reindeer literally did stick a middle finger at me.
Right?
And I went to it. I was like, yo, it's flicking me off. It's flipping me off.
So I don't think I have that picture either, James, because I
I
think you
have
have
it.
that.
Yes, I
sent
have it.
I have
Okay.
it too.
All right, so then so we definitely are missing pictures from each other because I definitely don't have that one.
I put
But
it in the group chat always.
will do. But it was just so fun because we passed by the Macy's thing. I just said like, hey guys, sometimes we gotta believe that we're not gonna be so tired. Like I just had like whatever
I'm
conversation
trying
we
to
were.
take in the sights. I'm taking in New York, and then Vash just interrupts my scenery as like, you know what, guys? Sometimes you just have to believe. And then I look up and I see the sign. I'm like, God damn it, Vash! And then he does it the next 2 nights in a row. I'm like, stop, please.
Because we just kept passing by for the train, and the next time, and the next time, it just works. But it's just not straight funny, but like funny, corny, but like, he's adorable. But the joke wasn't that good. But just
It's
laugh.
Vash funny.
Yes,
Which is
that's
why
funny.
It works. Only
works.
Vash can make that joke, and only he can make it work.
I mean, what threw me off in the sites was the animatronic T-Rex. Everyone's like, I knew I did not smoke nor anything. Like, guys, am I seeing something? I know I'm not high, but do you guys see a T-Rex?
Yo, that was so random. Like that was straight up in a hotel.
So random.
like it was in a hotel. Like, and this hotel is not even sponsored by Universal or something. Like this hotel in the middle of the street, like just randomly, no Ave, not publicly on a big Times Square or something. It was just literally between, I think, 8th and 9th Ave. I think on 36th Street or something. There's a whole T-Rex in the lobby of a hotel. And me and James were walking. And,
I know. You
and
guys
Sam
were
just be
offering-
like,
you guys were
Guys,
offering me the
I'm
things
not-
and everything. I was like, hey guys, I know I'm not high. I haven't touched any edibles or anything, but you guys see a T-Rex?
me and James
So
paused and
random,
like,
just walking by a hotel, and there is just this animatronic T-Rex in like the lobby. It's like, okay, cool.
but it was just so random. Like, what are you doing here? Like, just here. It just felt so random. But overall, that Thursday night was a lot of fun. I gotta say, I had a great time. And that Friday, the first day of NYC, we met up in the morning because NYC did not open until 1. We met up around 11, was it, I believe?
Yeah.
We met up around 11. We got breakfast around around NYC. I remember the first I remember the first thing that Abe said was like, "Yo, we're pressed, right? We're not gonna make those long ass lines because I see on the timeline people have been waiting already for 2-3 hours." I told Ava like, yo, no worries. We're pressed. We skip lines. We got our own private line. We good. Now, James, where do you want to express what happened the first thing we got there? Because I feel like if I express it, I'm gonna just get more annoyed about it.
So I'm gonna be very nice. so so okay. So we got there and it was great, right? Because we cut through the line. The line was absolutely ridiculous. Some of those people were in line for like 3 to 4 hours when we were already inside for panels already. So we get in and we go through this door and we're talking to this very, very nice lady who just gave us like just the worst time just trying to help us out, right? Because
The most
we didn't
bitch
get
attitude.
the passes emailed to us. So we had the email and she just would not look at the email and believe that we were actually there for press. So she actually calls security just to I guess get ready to kick us out. I'm like, he's literally on the phone with Sam right now trying to find everything that you need so that we can be good to go. Relax. Like, we're not trying to sneak into the event just because we're minorities. We're not trying to break into the fucking event. It's okay. Give us 2 seconds. We're trying to find the email. And then we find it. Not even a minute after the security guard showed up. We found it, and she was like, all right, go up, take this, go up to the room, get your passes, be on your way. There was just no reason for her to have this much of a fucking attitude. It's like, why are you there then? You're supposed to be helping us. Fucking help us. Just wait. We're trying to find the email. 2 seconds.
Girl made it so complicated because she kept saying, "Oh, you need the crew type of email." I'm like, "No, we're press. We're not crew." She said, "Oh, it's the same email." I'm like, "No, I have friends that have press passes. They have a different badge." She's like, "No, it's the same." I'm like, "Sam, like, and then me just being annoyed.
Yeah,
I'm like, "Yo,
it's
Sam, help me out
I
here."
got you. Yeah,
And
I
so I
got
was
you.
like,
literally
"Bro,
forward
I
you
don't
the
know
email.
what type of email she's asking for either." I'm like,
It's like, I got you. Like, I forwarded you the email. Like, apparently a screenshot wasn't going to work in the first place. I was fine with that. I knew where the email was. Automatically forwarded to you so you could just show her. She still would not do it, even though that's the only email we got. The proof, legitimate, and has a barcode and everything. And yet, like, this lady just really didn't want you guys in at this time. It's just...
Yeah, she was just really, really rude. I'm not gonna go into it any further because there's so many other amazing things that happened at the event.
"Oh yeah."
But it did start off kind of shitty with this lady, I will say that. But cutting the line that people waited 4 hours to get into was awesome. Going on to the main floor, the first time I'm ever in like a convention hall of any
Oh
kind.
yes.
So that was really, really dope. What was the first thing that we did for that Friday?
RDC?
What was...
We did the RDC World panel.
Yes. That was amazing.
And we also cut the line for that as well, because I actually know RDC World personally.
Ash has the connects.
I don't think I've said this publicly, but I know RDC World person because they were here at a J Cool and Boss video because they have already said it publicly, and also now could say as well. So I've known them for a while. So when I told them to be here, and they asked me like, "Hey, can you also shoot some B-roll for us and everything?" Like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." So we also cut the line for them, and I just did some, and also just did some beyond footage for them and everything. So it was no biggie. And James and Abe got to meet Mark, John, and the whole crew of RDC War and everything. So it was a great pleasure to help James and Abe do that. And I just chill around, just took some B-roll, took some pictures. So it was a great experience for them.
And we were front row for that panel too.
And front row too. So
we were
it
the
was
first people in, first ones in there. Well, we got to learn about their Dark Lights manga series and anime series. That's gonna be fucking lit. Like, be on the lookout for that. I'm really excited for Dark Lights.
Yeah, I have a couple pictures that I need to send it to them because I cannot find my card reader, so I need to send them some pictures and everything. But I'm really excited for the projects and their collab with HBO Max and everything for what they're doing with, and who's their producers
Working
and
with
what the
Issa Rae,
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B.
Michael
Jordan.
B. Jordan. Like
So
that was great to hear, dude. They're doing
that's
really good things.
The Hustle.
and they're such humble people. A few people in the fans questionable, but that's just. But there's always a rotten apple. There's always gonna be a rotten apple, no matter where you
What
are.
did you guys do on your 9 to 5 jobs?
Yeah, there's always the loud asshole in the back, and there's always like the super shy people that can't get their questions out. And it's like, I get it, you know, like you're in front of like people that you idolize. Believe me, we'll talk about that once we get to Saturday and Sunday.
Oh my
Like, you're
god,
in
you
front of
guys!
people
Oof.
that you idolize, and it's like I'm freaking the fuck out right now. Like it's such a honor to meet you guys. So yeah, it was great to meet RDC World. The panel was fucking dope. What else was that Friday? What did we do after
I
RDC?
think you guys went to the Attack on Titan thing, right?
That's right. That was Friday.
That's Friday. We also went
The
to see
exhibit.
Bryce and Jack. I think is the
Jason.
Jason,
What
right?
was his name? Jason something. I can't remember. I feel terrible
He-
forgetting his name. But
So-
he's the voice actor for Zeke.
Zeke.
I'll check what you guys talk about it.
But yeah,
but the panel was great, man.
yes. In the exhibit, I didn't get a chance to go in to check it out, but it looked really cool with a lot of the manga panels and like literally portraits of Eren.
Yes, bro.
His name is Jason Lee Breach. I think I pronounced his
Right,
last name
right.
right. But it was a great experience because I asked the guys.
I'm sorry, the Jump magazine that issued that last copy, correct? First and
Correct.
last, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I asked James and Abe like, hey guys, what do you guys want to do Friday? You know, first at least know to plan our days out because NYC they didn't do an event last year because of the pandemic, so they kind of try to go all out because of the event that happened that Friday night. So I can't really talk about that because that event Friday night was godly, a concert that I will never forget. But it was something that just to see each panel that we got to choose and actually enjoy, it was awesome. We also, before we went to the Bryce, we actually got to meet Pat and Yin, actually, now that I recall.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So got to go to Artist Alley, which was really, really fucking cool. Like getting to see people show their art and like their mangas and all of that different stuff. So that was really, really cool. So yeah, got to meet Pat and Yin. We got some posters. We got some pins from them. That was really dope. Really cool guys, man. Like I was really, really surprised because you know sometimes like you have friends online, but then you meet in person, and it's a little different. It all felt great. Like nothing was different. Exactly who these guys are here. They're the same thing in person. So it was great talking to those guys, and they were doing really well. Like a lot of people were very interested.
Yes, they
God
were.
Punch, you got to see a lot of people pass by. Like, what is this? So it was
And
great
plus
to
boss
watch
stuff,
them
too.
talk to other people too. Like such a great experience.
A lot of people in great cosplays as well. Like
Great cosplays.
A lot more than New York Comic Con did for sure. And like I was really happy with that, where people were on cosplay. They were even walking to the convention like fully already dressed up and everything. A lot of good a lot of good creative design. We seen Witcher's cosplay.
Oh, which was a really dope one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And yes,
This
Mercenary.
cosplay might have been my favorite, man.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that was a dope
the
one.
Realistic, the real feathers and
Yeah, the
everything.
animatronic wings, like it was so dope.
And yes, Mercenary. That was a exclusive NYC drawing from Yin. That is from his God Punch and / Titans. From Studio Mao.
Legends.
So from Studio Ma, because they forgot the O, so it's technically Studio Ma. I felt so bad for them. Be like, yeah, how do you forget the O? It's just Studio Ma, but still, they wasn't upset about it. They still kept it pushing, and they still kept a positive vibe about it. And I agree with James. Like meeting Pat, his energy, his persona, who are like, it was just the same. His comedy with Yin, very humble. Both of them are just hungry. And I'll tell you guys this: Pat and Yin will be coming back to the show. They have a couple of announcements that they want to give to the show exclusively and everything. They cannot say too much either because they told us the more exclusive things. And
it's mainly because I bribed them with I bribed Pat with cookies. So
that could be the case.
It's worth it.
Delicious cookies.
Oh
It's
yeah,
worth it.
and being high too, even better. Just saying, whew, that's just dumb delicious. But what the cooking, guys, over there in Studio Maho and everything, just keep on the lookout. Do not sleep under those stairs over there, all those webtoons, because you will be seeing a lot of them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, they put in a lot of work and it's paying off.
It's
So
paying
I'm
off.
Very excited, very happy for him.
And it's good to make connections, because one thing I'm happy about knowing of how to be that still have the skill in cons. Sam could vouch for this, that I know how to maneuver around people and get stuff, because we didn't reserve tickets for a couple of stuff in this con, which I totally we didn't know or we didn't realize about it. And there was in my hero concert as well that night that I told James, like, hey, wanna check this out? Just like, oh, this sounds interesting, let's go. I was like, copy. Before I asked him, I tried to get the tickets before. They said, like, this was right after the event that they was being complicated to let us in. So I just felt like I had like a strike. I'm like, damn, I'm not doing good with my mojo. So I was like, all right, hold up. Let me go back, try number 2, and see what goes. I got those tickets for the My Hero concert, and I also got Sam's pass. I felt like, all right, cool. I'm cooking. I'm doing good. I got the tickets. I got for us and everything. And I gotta say, that concert was amazing.
Dude,
What day was that concert?
That Friday night.
Friday night.
Was that Friday night too? God,
Yeah, because Sam,
it was
because
from
Sam
8
came late,
p.m.
remember?
to 10 p.m.
That's
Yeah, I was
right.
able to meet up
Oh
with
my
like, yo,
God.
okay, I'm done. I'm coming. I'm on my way. Save my
Guys,
pass.
okay. So that live concert was like one of the best experiences of my life. I legitimately almost cried like a shit ton of times. Like,
Agree.
I love the score from My Hero. I love the music. I listen to some of that music every day. The All Might theme is my alarm clock, so I listen to that every morning. So it's like getting to meet the composer, getting to take a picture
Yes.
with him. Yeah, it's insane, dude. Like
And
it's a crazy day.
He has such a lovely vibe as well. Like he came and he was just saying hi to people. At the last song, it was an encore, and he played with us. Like, he put the headphones in, he got on the piano. Nobody knew he was gonna play a live concert with us. Everybody was like, "What?" And like,
2 encores.
yeah, 2 encores. Yeah, it was 2. And just
I'm just watching Yuki Hayashi play the keys with the orchestra and the rest of the band. No big deal. This isn't like one of the greatest moments of my life. No big deal.
and plus the dub voice actors of Hawks, aka Zeno, and plus the voice actor of Miracle, what's her name? Adriana, something like that.
I can't remember. I'm terrible with names, bro.
I'm so bad right now.
I'm really bad with names.
But the voice of Miracle, the dub, I'm sorry that I just butchered her name, but I'll check in a bit. But they also came up and gave the love to the series of My Hero, and I loved that very much. It was so beautiful. They was very publicly of how they said, like, hey, we have Yuki here, and they just expressed the love for the fandom and for the series. And just to hear all of season 1 through 5, and he also gave his little flashback of how when he wrote the movie of a scene of My Hero 2, that he thought Las Vegas was New York, and he wrote the title of that song New York, but it's because he just got a blueprint and he saw the whole Statue of Liberty, but he didn't know that they also have a little smaller version of it over there in Las Vegas. So he just gave those little jokes and puns about it, which I find very beautiful. Like, just to give that feel free of you just being your first time in New York, and plus NYC actually put the money to bring him here, and he said that he didn't expect all this love from the people and plus the fandom. So I find that very beautiful too.
Yeah, dude. It was amazing. I was losing my shit.
James
Yeah,
throughout
I
the whole
sense
time,
that.
guys, like, boy was literally like this, like, yes, just go,
Yeah,
just
man,
go
that
louder,
was-
yes. And me, I was watching just like This is fucking amazing. And like
'Cause
me with James and Sam.
I'm a music major, dude.
Same.
So it's like getting to see the orchestra live. I am watching Yuki fucking Hayashi live, bro. He's right in front of me. Like, it was so fucking cool. And then
You
he
guys took a
stayed
selfie, too.
longer. Yeah, he
Picture,
stayed
yeah.
longer after the concert to take pictures with everyone. Like, it was just
Yeah.
great, man.
everyone was trying to get kicked out from the main stage, but he's like, no, I'll take pictures with people, no worries. I was like, most people
Very
just want to
nice.
go home and everything, but he said, hey, no problem, take pictures with everyone else and everything like that. And I found it so beautiful, because as well as James, I also want to see the composer of Star Wars. I'm drawing blank.
John Williams.
John Williams, thank you. I also want to see him live as well. So to actually,
Probably won't happen.
I know.
He's really, really old now, and
yeah, I
that
think
last one might have been his last, but hopefully
Yeah,
one day.
his last concert was back in 2018, 2019, so that might be his last one. But just to see a anime composer, just to bring it here and actually have a full on audience, I found it beautiful. It was just a great experience overall, and just to see the pure music, the pure type of magic, it was fucking awesome. Like, I literally have no words for the event. Like, I just
They
asked
also had
James
their
out of
own
nowhere.
They also had their own spin to it. They actually had their own saxophone man, their trombone guy. I
Yeah.
think they dubstep Shigaraki's villain theme song, and that was sick. Like, I need to
Bro.
find that. I need to
Right?
find that. I was like, dude, where can I find that? I need to get that.
It was so dope. I love the villain theme so much. When they played it, I almost jumped out of my chair. I'm telling you, it was
I
so
was-
sick.
And plus the drummer was dope as hell. Like,
She was really cool. She was really good.
girls just vibing it.
One was great.
Like, girls just vibing it. Like, it was just amazing. The Bryce thing was also that Friday, right? Because I know Bryce happened much earlier with
Attack on
Jason,
Titan.
and that was
Yeah, Attack on
dope.
Titan panel, yeah.
The most funniest thing is that both of them trying to play baseball. That was the most funniest thing.
Yeah, it was hilarious watching them like play catch. Like that was fucking crazy.
On
But
stage.
yeah. So that was what the MC, trying to lighten the mood and whatnot. So he would ask one person a question, and then you would answer it, toss the ball to the other person, and then they would have to answer a question. One of the things that I thought that was really interesting about that panel was, like, they don't read the manga because they don't want to get spoiled, right? So it's really cool for them to go through the process, read the script, and go through those emotions raw, without reading the manga, without being influenced by anything. So that's something that I think I respect. But as fans of Attack on Titan, I personally could not wait. I would want to read it, but I get the artistry behind it, and it was just great to listen to them talk about it. Listening to Bryce talk about the fact that he had to change up his voice, just switch up his approach to Eren in general, because this is a completely different version of Eren than we've ever seen from the last 3 seasons. So that was cool to talk about. Jason didn't even know that Zeke was like the Beast Titan, like when he signed on immediately. So he talked about his journey, learning this character, and like learning like the brotherhood between like
So
Zeke and
much depth
Eren.
into
And
this, yeah.
yeah, dude, like it was really dope. It's really cool to watch these guys talk about this stuff.
And like, to know like the release is also next month for season 4 part 2, January 9th, that Sunday, literally next month.
That's right. Oh my god.
Oh shit!
It's coming
Yes.
really close, and there's no trailer. I don't believe there was like maybe like 1 or 2, but like
Lord Eren does not require a trailer.
It's literally in 6 weeks. Wow.
Yeah, man, I'm very excited because part 2 is going to be absolutely insane. Like, just
Oh.
insane.
It's gonna be wild, and I can't wait for it. It's gonna be interesting because I love what you said, because they're also excited for it to see the next turn events, because they also show clips of the dub, and they also show of how when they saw themselves voicing the character, they're like, "Oh my god, I remember that." And plus, when the host was asking both of them, like, how did they feel about this scene? How do you feel about this emotion? It was just great overall, just to see each of their reaction and their excitement, and them trying to understand their own character in the head and very psychological understanding, because they're both very complex of they're both having their own father do this and everything like that. So it really makes sense of how they both enjoys the character but also tries to understand it, but also a fan of the series.
It's not even the end of it.
Yeah.
That's not even the end of it.
Yeah, man. That panel was really dope. Again, like front row for the panel with Bryce and Jason. That was really, really insane.
Yeah.
No lines, just walked up to the front.
That's the one thing I hate about conventions is with NYC over the years they get miscommunication of what press could go to and could to go to, because in a couple main stages events we was told that we have to go to the regular line, but then when I asked again to two other people, oh no, you have your own line, your press, I'm like, but then
this is why you never just listen to the first person. It's like, no, we're gonna add someone else.
That's why I would like to ask 2-3 times to make sure that the same information that one person said is the same. Because if it's not, that means something is not misheard or mistold by somebody else. So it's just great. But then Saturday, now we were all four together and it was just awesome because we all went to the con as a group. And
yes, Sam brought us cookies.
He brought 12 cookies for Pat, and then one for each of us. You know how chopped liver we felt? We're like, damn, one cookie ain't enough for us, nicely to enjoy as fat asses.
Sir.
Well, it was for the whole crew.
Right? You forgot the next following day. I also got more cookies.
Sir, we're on Saturday, not Sunday. Don't jump the days ahead.
Sir, don't make me seem like an asshole that didn't want to supply more cookies to the group.
I was gonna bring it back.
I was gonna wake up early just to go there, just to pick more up. 2 days, just get more for us.
Thank you for doing that, Sam. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Give you more of let you like the foods in New York, different places, a lot to experience for sure. Like there's a lot of options. It's a little time.
What panels did we go to Saturday?
I was trying to remember just now. I'm like, wait, what did we do?
The Dragon
first?
Ball panel was Saturday.
Yeah,
right?
But I think that was in the afternoon.
Yeah.
We were supposed to go
Saturday.
Yeah, so that was the first thing. So the first thing we were gonna try to go to was the Demon Slayer panel. We were gonna do that one.
But that was booked.
We couldn't get in. Yeah,
it was packed
we went
already.
to the Dark Horse manga panel, and that was actually great. I'm actually glad that we went to that instead of the Demon Slayer thing. That was great to see like all of the different writers and different creators under Dark Horse manga, just learning some things that I didn't know before at all about Dark Horse manga. So that was really, really cool.
Yeah, I won a prize.
Yeah,
I won a raffle.
Sam won. What did you win again?
It was like an art book. Like they had option to choose. I chose the one with Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
As long as one of us won, it was like, all right, cool.
Yo, because
we were actually complaining to Vash, like, yo, bro, where's your ticket? You lost your ticket already? What would happen if you're the ticket that won?
Vash got his raffle ticket and lost it immediately.
I don't know how it happened. I literally, the person was walking around. For example, we was number like 1, 2, 3, 4. So like I was number 1, James was number 2, and then A was number 3, and then Sam was number 4. So I lost mine for some reason. Like once I got it, like a whole minute later, I was like, "Damn, where the fuck is that raffle?" And then somehow I found it later. And then when we went inside, and when they say, when they were saying the numbers, when they said our number, me and A were like, "Wait, it's not ours." So if it's ours, then it has to be James or Sam. And the same guy was like, "Oh shit, at least one of us won." Like at least one of us out of the 4 won. We can't get mad. Like at least one of us was lucky enough.
Yeah, Steve, it was definitely a Vash thing to do for sure.
I literally don't know how.
It's like, we just got the tickets. How?
And now to know, like, Dark Horse Comics, the creator of Sin City, Hellboy, and Umbrella Academy has hired a bank to explore possible sales option. Yeah. That's actually a big news. Like,
that's pretty curious to know. Like, does that mean that he's trying to sell the rights, or trying to make something, like to make a movie or something, or what does that mean?
I mean, they might be selling just to get more capital. You know, giving it to like a bigger organization. They can put more money into it potentially. Like I don't know for sure.
Okay.
I mean, Umbrella Academy, Netflix picked up license to make a series of it, right?
But
Yeah.
they have the TV license. I don't think that they have the comic license, but it depends. I don't know which license they have.
I doubt they do. I think it's just like the TV rights.
Yes, it's very different. But we did the Dark Horse comic, and then the Dragon Ball wasn't until like 2 or 3 o'clock. So we had time, and so then we went to the artist alley and to the show floor, and that's when Sam also met Pat again, and that was
yes.
great. Just like Pat was mad excited when he got the cookies, guys. I literally tell you, Pat was like, Nah. I ain't sharing this to my team. Oh, this is mine. I'm gonna be a fat ass. I'm gonna be cold as hell. People gotta fight me for these cookies. I was like, damn.
Precious. Like he literally like, oh no, I'm not sharing the team. This is all mine.
He said, this is mine.
I mean, he was looking forward to it. I saw his posts that he was eyeing onto that specific bakery, and I know that bakery for that cookies, and it is very good. Plus, the previous night he had White Castles, and that was like the worst night of his. that probably.
Why do you choose White Castle? Like literally, of all places, like at least choose Wendy's or McDonald's. Like, why the fuck do you choose White Castle?
People are told that it's good high food. You know, it's good drunk food, but it's you know it's.
No, it's not. It's the worst.
You gotta get high enough, like Harold Kumar type of high, to actually enjoy White Castle.
I mean, not even then.
Not even then, bro.
It's not for me.
Oh, same.
Like
until this day, I believe I've never tried White Castle in my life once.
You're not missing much.
Oh, I definitely don't, and I don't plan to.
I mean, it's very bland.
It's very bland.
But it's just a lot of bread, so it fills you up when you're drunk.
I mean, like imagine the bland slider times 30, and that's really it. It's just like
they've
30
never
slider
heard
or
of
not.
salt.
Nope.
Damn. But we saw Penny, and I also met Kels, Yin's girlfriend.
Yeah, it was great to meet her.
Yeah, she's so sweet, and she's actually taller than expected. I was like, oh, like she was also I think Sam's height almost. I was like, oh, you're taller than expected. So like that was really dope.
Yeah, she wasn't that really short. People were calling her short.
Yeah, people were calling her short on the timeline. I'm like, why do people have this misconception that she's actually short? Because girl was like taller.
She's not 6'5", but like she's not short.
Yeah, girl did us try to lie that she's 6'5" on the time. Like no.
Nah, too far.
That's way too far. Like, nobody gonna believe you're 6'5". And also, girl has the sweetest voice in person. Like she's so sweet. I was like, oh my god, you're so adorable. Like such a sweet voice. That's so nice of her. She's very sweet. And then we saw the Chris Sabat versus and Sean Schemmel panel, and that was just amazing. James was loving it. Abe had a great time. Abe had a great time because Abe and me and Sam are not like really big Dragon Ball fans, but we know them. We know of them. We know the series. I had a great time being in front of them. I think this is like the 3rd or 4th time I've seen them, but to actually be with James and everyone watching the panel, I felt like it was more enjoyable, and actually being front screen. I mean, front row was hella dope.
Yeah, if you want to see the full panel, it's on the Careful for Spoilers YouTube channel. Check that out too.
That is true. It was there.
Them doing the voices too, and like the people who ask questions are doing some voiceovers too. That person who did Vegeta was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
he was actually good.
He was doing pretty good.
Mid-90s Vegeta voice.
Yeah, it was just very awkward that you just asked the host, like, hey, can you be Nappa? And I'm like, how do you just throw her under the bus and try to know what lines to say and sound like Nappa? Like, that's just, like at least give her a paper and, like, here, say this, and that could just bounce with you. but I just felt like you just threw her under the bus.
I mean, he was a fan. He was just excited. You know, he was trying to get some dialogue going. Like it was really cool. Like it wasn't bad. Like Chris Sabat was a good good sport. So that was really really cool. He did the voice with the guys, so that was really cool. Sean Schimmel did a line of dialogue in the Goku voice. Like that was sick.
The conspiracy of Yamcha.
Yep, exactly, Sam. I was just about to bring the bad man. The way I think Chris brought up about 3 or 5 theories of what he had about Vegeta, about Chaozu, and about Yamcha and everything, and about Tien.
Yeah, he was like, just... you know what? I don't even think Chaozu's real. I think Tien just sees him, and no one else does.
And everybody's like, oh yeah, okay, cool. Theory. You do your thing, man.
And it just
man also disrespected Yamcha. Yo, he lives in a hotel, talking cat. Where he's probably the only person that hears the talking cat in his apartment. It's only a table and 1 chair. I was like, oh god, that is pretty sad.
and then for him to speak about Batman, like just the way he loves his character that he's been doing for so many years, but it's just a comedy between Sean Schimmel and Chris. It's just very genuine, and they just love the characters. It's a fun panel. Like it was very genuine, and I had a great time with it.
Yeah, man, it was great.
I think afterwards we went to get halal food because we had like some time to kill.
Was it that night?
Yeah, it is Saturday night.
It had to be. Yeah, it had to be. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So
was it?
Yeah. So Vash took us to get some halal food, which was like right around the corner. That turned into like a 45-minute walk, Sam.
It was about 45 minutes. Yeah. All I know is like
it was not cold. 45 minutes.
It was a very cold day. No, night, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was fine, but it was like 45 minutes. But the food was worth it, though. The food was really, really good. It was worth it. We sat, we ate, just talked, shot the shit, and then we caught the train back. And then what was the last thing we did that night? Why did we go back? There was something else that night, right?
I'm checking.
It was
the One Piece 1000.
Episode One Piece 1000. Yes, let's talk about that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
The One Piece 1000. I just remember that. Which, by the way, I'm glad NYC put their news or their report I think a couple of days ago, and I'm glad they acknowledged that the One Piece 1000 did not go as planned as they hoped, and which was
statement of the century.
Yes.
So okay, from what I've read, they didn't do the whole wristbands and ticket thing until like they saw how overwhelming so many people were online. They wanted to be in that panel. Their projection of 2 things went off, and I'm glad they acknowledged it. It was the lines for Friday because their excuse was their excuse, like, it's a good understandable excuse. It's because they said that they tried to imagine the lines from the previous years, but they had to think about it like, yo, don't forget, A, it's COVID where people need to get the wristbands. 2 is that you have more people than the previous years this year. You have an additional 8,000 people. So it's like it's harder.
One Piece 1000, bitch.
That too.
Like, how could you not be prepared?
For them to have this for the closer rooms, and they were not prepared at all. Like they were not prepared at all. I was like, yeah, but we're not organized.
They improvised pretty well, in my opinion. They have to open up 2 more rooms.
Yeah,
fit even more people.
It's ridiculous. Like, this is One Piece 1000. Like, why didn't you put this in a stage or something? But like they made it work, and also they promoted for people to get a coin that says, the One Piece 1000 and everything. 2 rooms did not get a coin. Only the first original 2 rooms, which makes sense because they understaffed were thinking that almost 1,000 or more people went to these rooms. Like, it's the One Piece that's been going for 20 years. Like, y'all didn't think that so many people was going to come and watch this? Like, it makes no sense. But
Either way, but we sat down, we watched it. It was really fun. Like I was only 10 episodes into One Piece at that point.
and then
And
James
I'm
watched
watching
episode 998, 999,
999,
episode 1000.
1000.
I'm like, I have no idea who like half of these fucking people are, but this is awesome.
Yeah, James,
You know?
like, tell me,
I
how
loved
did you enjoy
everything
the whole
I saw.
event? Like, the whole 3 episodes, the song, how did you enjoy?
So I mean, for me, this was like going to the theater, right? Like you go to the theater for the big screen experience, but also to watch it with other people, right? So
Yeah.
getting to watch it with other like anime heads, especially like One Piece fans, it was sick. Watching all like the homages and like the quick cut scenes of like some of their past events from each of the characters, them playing like the original intro, the original outro, I think.
Yeah, we
You
are.
guys can correct me if I,
Yeah,
if I,
is
if
we
I'm
are.
wrong. So it's like it was great to watch everyone sing along and like be happy and like be so hype about everything that's happening. It's like I have no idea what's going on, but this is fucking dope. You know what I mean? So instantly, like I'm already like 50 plus episodes into One Piece. I'm
Ooh.
loving it. I'm gonna continue watching it. I'll probably be caught up with One Piece before Vash even gets to episode 20 of Hunter x Hunter, but you know we'll see.
You're
Ooh.
being generous right now.
I
You're being
don't know about
generous.
that.
Now you're being generous.
You're being super generous because you think you're gonna be
Being
cut up to
very
One
generous.
Piece before episode 20 of Hunter x Hunter. Like,
It's
I-
already been 2 years. Bro.
at least say episode 50 or 80
It's
for Hunter x
already been
Hunter.
2 years.
But saying cut up to One Piece, like, nah, like, nah.
Obviously, I'm exaggerating.
I know you're way like at least say episode 50 or 80 or 100 at least.
Well, I'm already past 50.
No, I'm saying for me, like me.
Oh.
For-
Oh, okay. So, by the time you get to 100, I should be at least 500 episodes in. I think that's fair.
That's fair. That's fair.
At least
That's fair.
500 episodes in.
That's totally fair. But it like for me, I haven't rewound. I haven't seen the One Piece anime since like 895 or 905 around there. But I know what's going on Wano because you know Twitter, the timeline, loves to talk their shit. And I have other One Piece content creators like Roger, like Sensei, JD Legend, a couple other people. So I see their content and plus the thumbnails on my timeline. So to see what's going on there, and I know what's going on with Wano, but to see episode 998 and 999 and 1000 with Sam and Abe, who also reads the series, watches it.
Abe was fucking losing it, bro. That
He
was
was.
Yo,
losing it.
having Abe next to my having Abe on my left, and then having Sam as a chill, but me paying attention to James in the corner, just to see them, it was just amazing. Like Abe was my hype man to make myself my hype man more. Like I was
Even though
enjoying
we
it
were
already.
Wearing masks, we were all smiling.
Yes.
yelling.
We were hella ecstatic. Like I was enjoying, like yo, fucking let's go, Luffy. It was like let's fucking go, Luffy. I was like, there's just more with it. And then James was like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. Oh shit. Like James was just interested, but he didn't know what the hell's going on. But he was just very fascinated with what was going on. And I was just having a great time because I haven't seen the series in almost a good 100 episodes, but I know what's
Yeah,
going on
same.
since I read the last. I haven't read the last 30, 40 chapters, but I know that they were going to Onagashima, so and I know they're gonna meet Kaido and everything up there. So and to see that big walk with Jinbei and other people meeting up and them saying we're gonna go to the rooftop and everything, like that was some awesome scene. And what James brought up, like seeing the flashback of each character, and each character had the color scheme: orange for Nami, purple for Robin, Zoro for green, Usopp, I forgot what color he had. Like each character had their own color scheme, and then at the end saying, "I'm gonna be king of the pirates." Like me, that just gave me goosebumps. Like that was fucking hella dope. Like that was a
I
great
will
experience.
say, like, that end shot of all of them standing together against all of the villains, I'm like, all right, now it's time for me to binge One Piece. I was like, I'm in. Let's fucking go, bro. I've honestly been loving it. I knew I would. There's never a moment where I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I'll like One Piece. I knew I would get around to it eventually, and now I'm here. So I'm not stopping until I'm done.
The animation gets better. I think maybe after 500.
Yeah,
or
I'm
600.
already.
No,
I'm already over it.
the animation gets better after Scapia. Is right after that because
I'm watching it on.
So
I'm
that's
watching
like
it
3
on
something?
Netflix right now in dub, And it's like it is what it is, you know. Because I'm also watching Cowboy Bebop, so it's like it's the old style that I grew up on. So it's like it's fine, you know. I'll
Yeah.
deal with it because I'm loving it a lot. So
But it's great, honestly. As much as it is the old style, it's great to see One Piece because that's a series that you have seen literally the animation evolve throughout those 20 years. Like, see from 420 to 720 to 1080 to where it is now with the animation, the style change over the years, and with each of the directors have changed their style. I just love that because of how much they put their time and attention towards that.
yeah, I did get a lot of spoilers for like some character deaths. I was like, okay, cool. I mean, spoilers don't really bug me, but it's just like, you know, I would have liked to avoid it, but it's like, cool, he's dead, good to know. Oh, he's dead, good to know. Like, we'll see. I mean, because I don't know when it happens, you know, but it's just like, yeah, I mean, spoilers, but that's okay.
They replayed that a lot though. The entire anime they replayed that a lot. The scenes a lot.
After said character, I'm not gonna say who, but after said character passes away, they like to show that flashback more in the anime. In the manga, they don't
feel
do
like
flashbacks in the
The
manga.
more often they do it, the more numb you become of it. Unfortunately,
It's
like,
just
they do
more. It
the
is,
episode almost the time. Like, you know what? I'm a little numb because I keep playing this over and over again.
but still sad to see it overall. But it's just great. Like I had that great experience with the guys with the One Piece 1000. It was a good time, and then like just seeing it with Abe and everything. Like I had my vacation on December 17th until 3rd. My focus is to catch up to Eden Zero and a couple of other said series, but also Hunter x Hunter. I was gonna say that I said manga. I was speaking about manga, Eden Zero and a couple other series, and catching up on anime is two: One Piece and Hunter x Hunter. Those are my two main to watch during my break for work. So I'm definitely will be streaming that. Edit videos will not be edited by me. It's gonna be edited by somebody else, which I'll be announcing that sometime next week and everything like that. But
Oh, cool.
I'm really excited for One Piece to continue my lovely binge of watching the anime and everything. But let's jump into Sunday and wrap the anime NYC because I know Sunday was a very experience for James because I feel like it's more about you that Sunday.
Yeah, so the plan for Sunday was to wake up, go and get autographs, right? So Sam, bless his heart, helped me find a Dragon Ball manga
Really to get off the
and
line, just be like,
and
yeah,
some
let me just find
Dragon
something.
Ball pops so I can get some shit signed. So thank you so much again, Sam, for that.
Wow.
And
Ash waited in line for me for Sean Chamel, so that was dope. Thank you so much for that, Vash.
Yeah, because I observed and saw. Hold up, I see something going on with the lines, and I see the cutting off. So I kind of migrated from the group, ran real quick, and in the line that I thought it was Chris Sabat first, but then when I look in the front, it was Sean Shimo. But then I asked, "Hey, can I switch lines?" They said no. I'm like, ah, damn. I hope James is fine with Sean Shimo to get the autograph first. But hey, I hope so.
Yeah, so I mean, we waited in that line for like 90 minutes.
I remember
A
you.
little over 90 minutes, maybe.
I know it was definitely
More.
less than an hour and a half, or right an hour and a half.
It felt closer, like it felt more like 90 minutes plus, like closer to 2 hours. But
Because I know they had to cap the lines because they had another panel to do.
yeah,
Both Chris Sabat and Bryce. Luckily, we were still on
Oh,
Sean Schemmel.
so got this signed by Sean Schimmel. That was fucking dope. Such a humble guy.
Oh, he
He
is.
also signed Dragon Ball Super number 12 that has Goku and Vegeta on the cover. I was
And
hoping
plus-
to get Chris Sabat to sign that manga, but I mean,
That line was
you know,
longer.
the line was way too long.
And plus, it was his birthday too.
Yeah,
Sean Schemmel's birthday, yeah.
Sean Schimmel's birthday. Yeah, I told him happy birthday. Him and his mom's birthday is the same
Yeah.
day. And then it was almost too late to get into the Bryce Papenbook line, so they created an overflow line. So in total, I also waited for him like 90 plus minutes, and I was the second to last person to actually get to meet him and get something signed. Like, Bryce is my favorite voice
And a
actor.
picture.
Period.
And a
Yeah, and
picture.
a picture. He's my favorite voice actor. Period. Like, period. Right. So it was an honor to meet him. Like, I got a picture signed. Got to take a picture with him. Got to talk to him. Such a cool guy. Such a humble guy, and it was amazing. It was honestly like one of the best days of my life. Like it was incredible.
Yeah, like with Sunday, the only con for me for the NYC this event, which is very understandable, but the show floor was very lackluster. Like there was less booths of like there was only Crunchyroll. There was no Funimation, no Animeplex like they played on past couple of years. So it was just Crunchyroll. Uh, uh, I think Viz was not even there because Viz was there 2 years ago. So there was very lackluster on the show floor, but they put their money more in the concert, in a couple other stuff, which makes total sense with the guests they had, RDC World, a couple of the people. So makes sense where they put the products and their sponsorship money on. But I hope in the next year we have more booths and more people on the show floor because I felt like that was missing a lot.
I mean, next year will be their 5th anniversary too, so
That too.
they're gonna have something more or something bigger for that plan for sure.
I can't wait for us to go next year. That's gonna be
Definitely.
dope. We have to make it an annual thing. Like that's just like one of the times that we meet up and we hang out. Like next year, I'll come longer so that we can have a little bit more time.
Hell yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, because I honestly loved every minute of hanging out with you guys. Like
Yeah,
it was
it was
fucking lit.
fun.
Guys, I gotta tell you, it was just so great to see James getting the sign of Bryce, the picture and everything. He didn't
was
care
so
about
excited.
nothing else. He said,
Dude,
"Hey,
I got to scout salute with Bryce Pappenbrook, bro. It was
yeah."
like-
He
it
literally
was
did the whole
honestly
thing.
the
Like,
greatest
let's
thing.
go.
Your heart's on the wrong. That's not where your heart is, bro.
Oh no, on my end,
People-
it's correct. It's just that on the camera's
Is your
flipped.
camera flipped?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, my camera's flipped.
I like making fun of people like that because people were taking pictures. Of
Yes, they were.
Attack on Titan art gallery. I'm like, your heart's not on the right side, bro. Wrong hand.
Yeah, because I was staring. Me and James saw two people taking a picture, and we literally saw them doing it at the wrong side. I was like, "Ma'am, how you a fan of Attack on Titan, but you're doing it on the wrong side?" And everything. I'm like, "But you're not doing it correctly."
Steve, bro, please, if you can make it, please come next year. I would.
Yes,
also,
Steve,
I
come.
have to meet you in person, bro.
And you're gonna be cooking for us as well next year.
Yes, I will.
Hey, I
chip
mean,
in.
we're in New York though. Like, you wanna like cook?
I have
food, or you
space.
wanna, like,
I have space in my apartment. He can literally come here,
Yeah,
cook.
I mean, I want to take advantage of Steve's skills. Like,
Yeah. Like, we need to have a little taste test at least.
I will buy the ingredients.
Yeah. I will. I have the kitchen. I have the pans and everything. If you need something else, I'll find it. So definitely for sure. Anime NYC
for
definitely.
sure.
next year.
Looking forward to do an annual thing for Anime NYC for sure.
Hell yeah.
I
Should
mean,
we
why
talk
not?
about?
I mean, we'll always get in his press, so it's like, why not?
Yeah,
That's very
let's do
true.
it.
Yeah.
They
Honestly.
already have the next like con already happening this weekend. Anime Frontier in Texas. That's coming this. It's actually this weekend too.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
also.
that was- There was like their sister brand kind of thing. This for Anime NYC.
Does their spin-off. Does their spin-off brand? Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll be in Texas. That's actually pretty dope and cool. Unfortunately, I can't make it. Because December is like the time for season holidays and everybody's the most busiest. So that should be understandable.
That's
should we
kind
talk
of hard
about
to
the-
choose, Steve. They're both good chefs.
Soma Steve or Sanji Steve?
I personally want Soma Steve.
I want
Look that
Soma
up.
Steve too.
I want
that
Soma
up.
Steve because Sanji is not perfected yet in the series, so he still has a bit to go. Soma,
I like bold, delicious flavors. That's definitely something Soma would do. Give me that shit.
but Sam was going to lead into it, so Sam, you could lead into one news report came out today.
So just recently, a man from Minnesota who also went to Anime NYC convention contracted COVID. He got himself tested 2 days afterwards when he got back. Unfortunately, it was the Omicron variant, and it's would it be required or it's suggestive like to be tested every 50,000 participants to uh, be tested, get checked, to find the the strand, the COVID, anybody that has this new variant strain of COVID-19. Which okay, in Anime NYC's defense, and people who are attending Anime NYC should already be vaccinated because that was actually one of the requirements. You actually have the
To actually
first
have
dose.
to actually attend the event, you have to be vaccinated at least one dose or both doses.
And to always be wearing a mask while you're inside, which yeah, a lot of people kept that requirement. Everybody knew the assignment and they followed through. And if you're outside, it's understandable. Like you're not indoors where like air is more trapped in. You're outdoor and you're a whole group of people. That's understandable. Where there's a chance you can't, like, even if you get vaccinated, you still can get COVID. Like it's still possible to get COVID. That's
Yeah, you
not,
can have
you
both
are not
shots
immune.
and the booster and still get one of the variants. So
It's just
you just have to take the extra precautions as well. Keep wearing your mask. Wash your fucking hands. Don't touch things. You know?
and it's just a lot of people on the timeline I saw was blaming MNRC, but it's like people don't understand that.
So they were complaining
What were they supposed to do?
mainly
like,
because they
appreciate-
were online that Friday. Like they
But
took
the
them
thing
out
is
to
that
get in and
people need to
approve, but
understand that it's not the convention's fault. They did
it's
the
not.
best they could, and nobody's perfect. They have the amount of staff they thought they could hire to control the 50,000 people that attended that weekend. So if it wasn't enough, they learn from the mistake. They do better next year. But you cannot blame a convention.
I mean,
They're just slowly
there's
getting
nothing
back
that they
into
could
it.
have there's nothing that they could have done, right? So they're doing the right things. There's like hand sanitizing stations all
Yep.
throughout the convention center.
Masks
They
as well.
check every single person to make sure you have a wristband, to make sure that they check your vaccine card, to make sure all of that shit's good. They did everything that they could, but there's still tens of thousands of people in this one building. And again, even if you have the booster, you could still get one of the variants. Like, that's the point. Like, these things like evolve and change. So it's like there's really nothing else they could have done to improve on. You know what I mean? Like, you can't social distance the lines inside of the convention hall. Like, it's just not big enough. Like the Dragon Ball panel, how would you social distance the two lines and then the press line? Like, it was. There's no way. It's not possible.
And plus, from what I saw, a lot of people's like Sam said, a lot of people was getting mad that they was waiting 2-3 hours on that Friday, and a lot of people said, "Oh, people was just grabbing the wristband." Like, all right, cool. If you saw them do a mistake, acknowledge it, point it out. Things could get better. People could have improved, but don't get mad at them because you was getting mad at them yourselves because you couldn't get in. So if you don't want to properly get in, blame yourself, not them. You guys were being impatient. That's the honest truth.
like there's also people who said like, oh, like people inspected our vaccination card or didn't ask for it, didn't look for it. I mean, you could still like you were still required to show it to them, like should see them one way or another. And the wristband was just so that you don't have to keep constant. You every time you go in and out of the convention center, that you don't have to keep constantly have to show them and look for it. Like that's the whole point of the wristbands in the first
Yep.
place. So, and there's 50,000 participants. You want, and of course it's gonna be more staff to go line. They also have to look at the pass every single time, go in and out. Yes, I understand there are also like they don't check. They have checked bags from what we saw. Some may not have to, and for us, it's not like we would like carry anything that's like a weapon or anything like that. Especially it's like nothing, anything lethal. This is all just a convention. It's the first time we all meet up with each other since the pandemic. We all want to just come to have fun, meet up with each other, and like literally have a good time. Can't say everything is like clean. I would say a good majority is clean out of it. Of course, it's based on perception of
And the
your
bathrooms were
experience.
pretty clean too. Like
Yeah.
they had staff constantly cleaning the bathrooms.
They
Like,
did.
They did a good job. I think they did a good job. But again, what are you gonna do when there's tens of thousands of people in an enclosed space and they're all next to each other? Like,
And plus,
I did
it's hard to keep
definitely
track of everyone coming in and out when you're only like 5 people at the door. When you gotta pay attention to everyone that who goes in, make sure that they get the badge on, and plus the orange wristband, and plus making sure if they don't have one to give you one to check it. That's very hard. So I understand that they tried their best. They're learning from other conventions that do better or do worse. So they're doing the best they can, and I can give props for what they did. If one person got COVID, cool. One person. It sucks that one person did, but at least we didn't hear 100 people, 50 people.
I mean, the big deal is that it's not just COVID. It's the
Omicron
Omicron variant.
Yeah, the Omicron.
variant.
It is a transformer.
The man in
Came
Minnesota
from-
is the second person who's contracted it. However, he only had a mild. He said 2 to 4 days of mild side effects of it, and that's
Yeah.
it. He was
I mean,
fine.
luckily, that's the thing. He was vaccinated.
Yeah,
that's the
that's-
thing.
that's
He was
the- that-
fully vaxxed.
Yes, even though vaccination, it does not mean you'll be fully immune, but at least if you you still contract COVID, but it will not be as
Yeah, it'll
hard
limit
effective.
the symptoms.
Limit all the symptoms, and you still be okay. Like you won't. It's not as bad as a risk as last year, and yeah, that's really it. It's just no one's really to blame. Convention's not to blame. You kind of have to expect like there's a possible chance as like a small percentage were going to would contract COVID, but as long as you were vaccinated, you would have been fine. You would have minor illness or anything like that in a few days compared to 2 weeks to be quarantined and everything.
Overall,
you're fine.
Overall, I just want to say that people cannot get mad at the con. And NYC did the best they could do, and I felt like they did a good job. Like James said, I felt safe. I felt a good time. And also for people getting jumped on about it as well, it's been fucking 2 weeks. If you go to any concert or convention with that many people, you should check either way and get tested either way just to make sure you're good and going back home to your family, to your fiance, to your partner, or by yourself, or to work, you're going back safe. Me, luckily, I get tested for work 3 times a week. So I don't need to go anywhere because my job does it in a daily. And production is always fucking moving. So they always have to test and always have a mass requirement always on set. So for me, it wasn't a big deal because I just was going by the same drill. But for other people, thousands and hundreds around the world that went to NYC, if you haven't gotten tested yet, please go check yourself, because it's something that you should have done at least less than a week and a half ago, because NYC has been already 2 weeks later. Within
the 2 to 4 days, you should have people would have gotten tested just in case to test.
Yep. So overall, go check yourself.
Even if you are vaxxed and you feel fine currently, doesn't hurt to get tested. Just learn if you're good.
Yeah, it takes seconds. Just do
yeah. But also we did forget to mention, we did meet our boy Kendall. We did meet our boy Kenny at NYC. He did interview all 4 of us, myself,
Saturday.
James, Sam, and Abe. We all did an interview with him. And for the first time ever in the 5 years of us knowing each other and doing the anime podcast for less than 3 years now, we heard Sam do the intro for the first time live in person, and it was a fucking experience. I've known Sam for this long, but I never actually heard the anime podcast the intro in person. It was a vibe. It was fucking dope.
Kendall did ask. It was like, hey, can you do that for me, real quick? Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Me, James, or Abe have never asked him in person, but with but then when Kendall asked him, oh shit, sure, why not? Sam was let me go to my book.
It was just surreal that we were being interviewed by someone else. It's like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, because usually we would interview other people, not us get interviewed. So it felt...
I was honored by the experience. So thank you for giving us that opportunity.
And brother Kendall, you still gotta send us the clip for both, because we want to see the intro and we want to see the interview. And if you do put it online somewhere, I really want to retweet it, or if that's for your personal use, I also want to just see it for myself, because that's dope as hell. But it was an experience.
To look forward to in the next time we all get together. Hopefully, all of us together, and then I'll do the entire I'll do the entire crew's introduction.
What was great is to hear the intro, but without Sam's mic actually cutting off. Like that was the dope part.
Without Zoom destroying Sam's amazing intro.
Yes, to actually hear in person, it's like, oh, this is great. And to actually meet Kenny, who we have known from the group that James created it so many years ago, not Anime No Life, that we barely touched now, but to actually see that we have known somebody for a while and actually get to meet him, and who's proud of our work and who's a fan and friends of ours, is really dope to see and meet. It was dope as hell.
Yo, I know that backlog life. I'm still working through mine myself.
Oh, trust me, I am behind backlog.
I feel you on that.
Like I said in the beginning, I still need to send RDC World all the B-roll I did. And what's funny, my dumbass was trying to find this card, and it was right next to my third monitor the whole time. I was like, shit, is that where you've been the whole time?
I'm telling you need to clean your desk too.
I'm like, I've been looking for you for a week. Was you here the whole time? I'm like, damn.
I had to do like a whole meeting day, and I was trying to use your desk, and it was just so dirty, bro.
I was like, damn. So that's where you've been. But any last thoughts about Anime NYC? Any last moments or memory you want to share about how Anime NYC was? First con experience overall. Like, did it exceed your expectations?
It did for me. It honestly did exceed my expectations. Like, cause I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fun for sure. I'm gonna get to meet like some of my best friends. I'm gonna have a good time. This will be dope. And then it's like we do the My Hero concert. We see the Attack on Titan panel, the Dragon Ball panel, even the Dark Horse panel, the My Hero concert, like taking pictures with Yuki Hayashi, meeting Sean Shamel, Bryce Pappenbrook, getting autographs, like getting them certified, like standing in line, getting like the con experience, like waiting to talk to these people that I've been listening to my whole life. You know what I mean? So it's like, it definitely exceeded my expectations. There were a lot of things that I didn't think I would be as excited for, and I was blown away, honestly. So yeah, I can't wait to do it every year. I can't wait till I can hang out with you guys again, period. So yeah.
I agree with Sam. James, like my last thoughts on NYC, it was a thing planning since August. Like with James, we told like, hey bro, want to come through as president? Think you could come through? James said, I'll think about it. I'll see if I could get the days off. Like, yeah man, let's go, let's get it. And then he got the tickets. And then my girl kept asking, hey baby, you're excited? Like, yeah, I'm definitely. And then the more of the weeks, the days got close, and it just happened. And then the whole weekend left, and I'm like, damn.
It came in a flash.
I'm like, damn. James was just here 2 days ago. Damn, James was here last week. I miss James already.
No, it's been 2 weeks. Bro.
It's been 2 weeks, and like when James said, I'm on the plane, I was like, yo, I got sad when James said, I'm on the plane, guys. I'm leaving. I'm like me in my head. I felt like in a movie. I felt like running to the airplane, like, don't go, come back. We can be together a bit more.
Literally, like even though like the
like friends,
Thanksgiving break, and then that 1 week passed. Dude, last week we were all together. We were all meeting up. Yeah, it's like, oh, that week passed so quickly. No.
Yeah, because I'm a super simple dude. Like just us sitting in Times Square by the red steps, that was fucking dope to me. Just chilling with my friends, taking it all in. I wish Sam was there. Wish Ray was there. Like it would have been like complete, but. It was fucking dope, man. And
next year for sure.
All the time I got to spend with you guys, it was lit. So yeah, next year, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun.
And plus, James ate halal food, Korean barbecue. He ate chopped cheese,
New York pizza,
and New York pizza. So I felt like he did such a good job.
Japanese curry too,
and Japanese curry too.
Yo, that shit was fire.
I wanted more, bro. I was craving that. I was like, oh man, I literally like days afterwards. Damn, I need more of like Japanese curry to taste.
Yeah, that
And
shit was
plus,
fire, dude.
I just love how we were barely anytime sober throughout the whole weekend. I was just having a good time with that.
Yeah.
It's just chilling and vibing. I just love it. Like the whole weekend was great. I can't wait for more. It was such a good time. Sam, any last thoughts about NYC, your events, your time, great moments?
Um,
James,
okay. Sean Shyamalan's Bruce Wayne. Rest in peace. A year. The people don't know the voice actor for Frieza.
yep.
He was the never give up kind of character. Definitely can't wait to do this again next year with a bigger group, with a bigger party. Um, hopefully, we could do other conventions too. Like we can meet up in the middle or something like
I
that.
just remember I did say that weekend in Jim's hotel that next year I would love for us to have a panel in Anime NYC, like a live show of Shonen Ronin or the Anime podcast, like a live show of a panel.
That would honestly
show,
be a dream come true.
like
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 for
a
us
live
to do
show
a Shonen Ronin panel
on a Sunday. On
Like,
a Sunday, once the chapters drop, we could all read it behind the scenes, and then we could come out and talk about it with the Black Clover, the One Piece fans, JJK, or whatever manga is out or has not been axed yet. So that would be dope. Like that would be a great experience.
That's gonna be the goal. That's gonna be a goal, definitely for sure.
But Sam, I'm sorry, I did cut you off, but you can finish your thoughts.
I was gonna say like maybe we could try to meet up on DreamCon because we know Ray's already going for sure, but it is hard to get
I
tickets
thought
for
tickets sold
DreamCon.
out.
I already have.
Tickets-
I already have those 4 tickets reserved. Just saying, I forgot to mention that, but now I'm gonna say
Okay.
it.
Oh, thank you.
Bet.
I was like-
All right,
I
I'll
was
take
just-
the
okay.
time off.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. Cause like I'm already gonna be graduate. I will be graduated, and I need some like vacation time.
When is DreamCon?
July,
All right. Okay. Yeah, I have enough
like
time.
second week of July.
I thought it was
Yeah.
like 3rd week.
Is it? I thought it was like the.
I think it's the
How many days?
15. Is a 3 a week? Is the 15, 16, 17?
Okay.
All right, I'll come up for like 6-7 days.
Fine with me. We could discuss that in the group and see what
Yeah.
and we can get it done for sure.
Ooh.
But definitely
Kendall
DreamCon.
said I wanted to go so bad, but I think I have a work trip. Oh man, that sucks.
Damn, Kendall.
Dude.
But I hope next time you could go and we could hope to see you next year in NYC. But for those fans of ours, for those people that went, let us know if you saw us. If you ever do see us in a con in the future, don't be afraid to say hi to us. Of course, if we're busy, eating or something, find the right time. Be the most polite way you can. We get if you want to take a picture with us or just say hi to us. We appreciate
to
it.
have Steve cook for us. The city, I'll cook. Okay, bet.
Oh,
I'll take you
nice.
up on the offer.
Definitely, that'd be dope as hell. But I can't wait for the next con next year in the year 2022.
And NYC participant from this year, get tested as
Yes.
soon as possible.
Definitely. Now,
Uh,
what's next to go and discuss?
James, you want to talk about Cowboy Bebop live action?
Yeah. Let's talk about it. Have you
Alright,
guys seen
here-
it at all?
Nope, because you told me that I should watch the anime first before I watch it, but I really want to watch it just to see how it is. But go ahead, give your review.
Yeah. So, first off, let me say I definitely recommend watching it. Watch it, check it out, see how you feel about it, because there's a lot of things to love. John Cho as Spike Spiegel is spot on. He perfectly embodies this character. Mustafa Shakar, I think is his name. He plays Jet Black. He's amazing as Jet Black. I would have to look up the actress's name that plays Faye. But the actress for Faye, she's awesome as well. They're great. I think Netflix put in a lot of money into this show. The VFX are absolutely fucking stunning.
That's put a lot
Every
of time
shot-
to it too.
Yeah, every shot's gorgeous. There's a lot of cool camera work that tries to like copy some of that anime feel.
Ooh.
The music's incredible. It makes you feel like you're in the anime. The sound design's incredible. There's so many things to love about Cowboy Bebop, right? But there's a lot that's not good too. right? So
Mm-hmm.
I think the first 5 episodes have like serious pacing issues. Throughout the entire series, the fight sequences are really like slow and choreographed, and they're not really good, and they're cut to shit in some moments. And like where Vicious is my biggest complaint with Cowboy Bebop. Vicious was such like a cutthroat, like fucked up type of villain in the anime, and then in this, because they think that we need to be able to understand him and connect to him and understand why he's a psychopath, these things ruin Vicious, right? He is just this whining crybaby who acts like a kingpin and lashes out and kills people because actually internally he's just fucking weak inside, and he has a bunch of daddy issues because I don't care. His daddy's the leader of the syndicate, and he doesn't think he gets the respect he deserves. And it's like, Spike. Well, that would be spoilers, but it's just like Vicious is just a very very boring, uninteresting, very generic, awful character. The actor does the best job that he can with this. There's nothing wrong with him, but the character that's written as the main antagonist of the series, it's boring. It's plain white rice with no seasoning. He's just nothing, right? And it's like you have Spike, who's awesome, and they're going on these amazing adventures, and Vicious is supposed to be the villain. Like they have this amazing fight scene in the anime towards the end, and it's like they try to mimic it, but it's really pathetic and boring because Vicious is pathetic and boring. But but again, overall, I recommend watching it. See how you feel about it, but you're not gonna like Vicious. Vicious is just a very one note, boring, generic villain that you've seen 10,000 times, and there's nothing interesting about him at all.
So the unseasoned giant chicken of Luffy's favorite food.
Yes.
So my question was gonna be: do you think it deserved a season 2?
1000%. Because overall, it's decent, right? Like it's definitely one of the better anime adaptations that have been done, in by Americans. So it's like I definitely recommend watching it. I will say episodes 6 through 10 actually were kind of fire, right? Episode 9 was my favorite. There's a really, really cool, like, one-take fight sequence that happens. That's, like, the only good fight sequence in the whole show.
Oh, wow.
But, yeah, like, 6 through 10, pretty good episodes. 1 through 5, pretty slow, but, again, really pretty. Visual effects are stunning. The set designs are perfectly spot on. Like, when you're on the Bebop, it feels like you're actually on the ship, right? Like, nothing looks fake. Everything looks great. Everyone's acting great. There's nothing wrong there, right? It's just the antagonist is really weak. There's pacing issues, and like the fight sequences are just not good in my opinion.
Yeah, I did hear that the last episode of the show was slow pacing, or it changed up very weird
It wasn't
pacing.
slow. It doesn't have any pacing issues. It's just they changed things from the anime, and it's just not good changes that they made. So they made a
Copy.
change to like try to make it interesting for like a season 2, I guess. And it's like, okay, sure, fine, but I didn't find any pacing issues in like the last 4 episodes. The last 4 episodes are actually pretty good. But it's just like the first half is just like it's really rough to get through, but overall it's decent.
I'm glad to hear that because I've been thinking about myself to watch it, like Kirk said, like just to watch the live action and then watch the good version, which is the anime itself. And that's what I've been, trying to see it could do. Because, like you said, not a lot of good anime and manga live adaptations are out there. AKA the only one that we would say is Alita Battle Angel. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And I feel like that one is one of the best ones. Other than that, you could say Ghost.
I like Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, Ghost in the
A
Shell.
lot of people like it, but that's fine.
I like Ghost in the Shell too. I I feel like those two were good. Like they ain't perfect, but I feel like they were better than average.
Yeah, I think it definitely holds up as a good anime adaptation. Well, not highly, but I definitely recommend watching it. But I don't think it's going to be one of those shows where it's like, you know what? I want to go back and watch that entire season all over again. You know, I don't think you'll do that. I think you'll like go back to some of your favorite moments, some of your favorite episodes, but like as far as watching the whole season, I don't think so.
I mean, I definitely see them like learn from this season, and hopefully they can for the next following season they can learn from their mistakes, which is still really possible. I mean, Cowboy Bebop is still a very popular series.
It's crazy how that show and Trigon came out the same year, and Cowboy Bebop is the one that's more popular.
Yeah, I mean, like there's people who also likes Trigon more than Cowboy Bebop.
AKA me.
I mean, it's contrast.
My brother
man.
too.
You know,
Oh, he does. Oh, nice.
space
My brother
bounty
too.
hunters. You know. You know what? You know what? I don't think the Full Metal Alchemist movie was bad. My biggest issue with that movie was whenever they tried to like copy certain elements that only work in anime. You know, like those were only the things that didn't work for me.
But
So
I felt
it's
like they
interesting.
They had to rush. But so they made a movie for 2 hours. You knew it was gonna be rushed, but you didn't expect it to be this kind of like, rushed up movie. Is what I felt like. It was average. I wouldn't say it was good. I just say it beats like 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10 kind of score.
So this is interesting. Cowboy Bebop is listed as a sci-fi. Trigon is listed as a western.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I didn't notice that or realize that because I thought Trigon was both western slash type of sci-fi, since it's science fiction and post-apocalyptic in a way. So it's kind of, I thought it would be like science fiction.
I don't know.
But it's a mix of both, so it's interesting to see that. I would have not known that.
I think the Bleach and live action was okay as well, within the same average feel as with Fullmetal Alchemist live action, but
The Rurouni Kenshin ones are
I
actually
think
pretty good.
I think those were like one of the best ones too.
I haven't seen the Death Note ones, but I've heard really good things about the Japanese live action ones.
I heard good stuff about the Japanese. I'm about to say, you better not say good stuff about the American.
Yeah.
Because I heard
we're
shit
talking
about the
the
American.
Japanese adaptations now. Yeah.
I
The Japanese Rurouni Kenshin movies are actually pretty good. I haven't seen the new one yet. That's the prequel, but
I'll try.
I'm not gonna. I'm sorry of being biased, but I say the bottom live adaptation anime in Japan is the Attack on Titan. I'm sorry, that was bad.
we don't talk about that.
That was not good. No. That
But
was
I
down.
mean, I have I in doing more research, it was very early on in the like development stages of Attack on Titan.
I
and
guess,
it's like
but like they
things
would
that
have
he
had
did
a
in that
better.
movie, he changed to make it better in the manga, so that's why the manga's so good. But yeah, the movies are terrible. They're absolutely
The CG and everything was just so
awful.
ridiculous. That was so like, oh my, ugh. It did not look good
Oh
at
shit,
all.
Steve! There's 3 parts. I thought there was only 2 parts of Death Note.
Huh,
Say
did not know that.
less.
There's 3.
Say less.
I think there's also side stories too, maybe. Not too sure.
In the live action?
Yeah, live action, Japanese.
Interesting.
I know they also did Parasite the Maxim live action. That I need to check out.
The
I
hell?
heard. Yeah, I need to check that
There's
out.
2. There's
Huh.
2 movies first, so I would like to check that out.
I will try to watch Cowboy Bebop the full season. Excuse me,
Bless
pardon
you.
me.
Bless you, sir.
I try to see the live action adaptation of Cowboy Bebop and be ready for next week if you guys want to do a full spoiler review.
There,
Bless
bless you. I don't mind. Actually, I need to see. 'Cause, again, like my finals are coming up.
Yeah.
And final projects and stuff. But there's how long are the episodes? Like an hour, right?
Yeah, and I think there are 10 episodes, what James said.
Okay, not too bad.
Yeah, it's not a bunch of episodes at all. Like it's really nice to get through.
I mean,
But yeah, really good anime. Like Spike is one of my favorite anime characters. Period.
Oh, by the way, how's the score?
My score for the series.
No, like the score
the
of
music
the
score,
shore.
music score.
Oh yeah,
score.
yeah. I said the music's really good. The music's amazing. Like it's one of the best parts. Like it's
Do they have
definitely-
did they have any beats from the anime, or did they all have original
yeah,
beats?
the intro's pretty much the same as the anime. They pretty much recreated it live action.
Oh shit,
And
dope.
then most of the music, it pretty much all blends in to like the anime. Like it might not be the exact same like blues and like jazz music, but it's all in the same like realm. Like it's they do a good job of adapting it. Like it definitely feels like Cowboy Bebop in every single way. Music, sets, costuming, everything. Like it feels like Cowboy Bebop, but it just doesn't, sing
They-
the hit
They
the
need to.
landing.
They just need to write the villain better, basically.
Yeah.
That's
Me-
understandable.
I'm very happy to hear that because I saw people on the timeline say it was horrible, say characters could have been better and everything, but what people don't understand, like, this is a live adaptation. If someone else interpreting of where they could have written the series in their own perspective by changing a couple of things. Yes, like James mentioned, a couple of things being changed does not mean it's going to be better because, like James said, he felt like it missed a couple of things in episode 10, which I will not see it once I watch it. Once I watch the anime version, I will understand what they changed, and I could say, okay, that I could see that was not that great with the change they did, but it's gonna give me like a different perspective since I'm seeing it in reverse.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Kirk. Like two episodes is not enough. Like you cannot judge the series on 2 episodes. Like I don't even think you even know who Vicious is. Like in the first 2 episodes, like I don't even remember at this point. But like you can't judge the series. Like you have to watch the whole thing to see how it begins, where it ends. Like it's only 10 episodes. Like you can give it a chance. It's not like 1,000 episodes long. Like again, it's worth the watch.
The next series that's gonna be big coming out from Netflix is the Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's the one I want to see because they gave a good cast for General Iroh.
I mean,
I think that was-
casting's great, but
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of faith.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't.
It's
have
curious to
faith in the
see
story
what
either.
are they gonna do with
I
the fire bending, the earth bending. That's so much VFX and special effects that's gonna be coming out their budgeting. Like that's so
See,
much.
that I expect to look good. My thing is
Is the
it's
acting.
like the story. What is the story going to be? Like,
Is
what's going to get
Is
me
the first
invested?
book. It's going to be about Aang
But
burning
how
water.
do you make it? Because you have to separate it somehow from the cartoon. You cannot just do the same thing that the cartoon did live action. That's not going to work.
True.
So that's what I'm concerned about. How do you change it to make it a little bit original without doing too much that it deviates from the story?
From what I recall them saying, they'll be showing Zuko's sister much earlier instead of book 2. They're gonna be showing her in book 1. That's what. That's why I heard one of the couple changes they're gonna do that I recall, and also they try to do a love triangle with Zuko and Aang and Katara much earlier.
Yeah, shit like this and like the One Piece live action series. I'm like,
The One
don't
Piece, I
see
don't mind it because I feel
working, bro.
because with Oda, he's on top of that. He's actually working with Netflix, and plus the actors are each from the country that Luffy, Sanji are from. So I like that.
But that doesn't mean anything. Though.
That doesn't mean
anything in terms of how it's actually gonna come out.
True, but I have more hope for the One Piece live
Think
action.
about it. You are watching a real human
Live.
being saying "gum gum," Gatling gun, whatever the fuck it is. It's going to be really cheesy. Watching him stretch is gonna look really cheesy. Some of those lines are gonna be really cheesy. Some of those characters are gonna be really cheesy. Dude, can you actually envision Zoro like live action? Like someone like talking with a fucking sword in their mouth? Like
Well,
there's a lot of things that will not work, bro. I'm telling you.
The actor for Zoro actually was a sword fighter in the live action Ronin Kenshin movie in Japan.
Right, he was.
He looked very
had a really-
good, but he was using two sword or one sword there. But like you said, it's gonna be very hard for him to speak as an actor with the sword here and
I
actually
mean, just
be
how is
skillful
it
with
going
three
to
swords.
look for a real person just walking around and fighting live action on a show with three swords, one of which is in his mouth? I just think like some of the devil fruit powers, it's it's either gonna be awesome or it's gonna look like shit and it's gonna come off really cheesy and it's gonna be really terrible. There's no in between.
I'm not gonna
Like,
say where you're gonna see this devil fruit, but the one I'm like you just mentioned, one devil fruit I'm curious to see if they ever get to it, because this is gonna be like probably season 4 or 5. Is a door fruit. How the fuck are you gonna show that in live action in some comedy way? Because with this fruit, you literally pop out in any type of way, and you have your own type of pocket dimension. You have a door fruit. So how do you make that actually make sense and interesting in live action?
I have my concerns. I'm not saying it can't be done. I just have my concerns. That's all. I just
True.
they've never been able to make a stretchy person look interesting live action before ever. It just because it's Luffy does not magically mean that it's going to magically be better. So I'm really concerned. Like
Yeah,
him
because
stretching, screaming, gum whatever. It just sounds really fucking cheesy the more that I think about it.
now that I think about it, the only stretchy person we've seen on screen is the Elastic Man or Elongated Man on the CW, and that didn't look that great.
And Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four movies.
Oh yeah, Mr. Fantastic, but that actually didn't look that bad.
I think you need to go back and watch it. It
No,
looks
I did
awesome.
at the time. Remember that we reviewed in the beginning of this year with Chris.
Oh, you're talking about Fat Four Stick, not Fantastic Four.
No, I watched all three of them. Remember?
And they look terrible in all three, in my opinion.
They did, but it wasn't that bad for 2004 or 2001 that came out. So it wasn't horrible, but it was still bad.
I don't know.
But Elongated Man for the CW, he don't look that great, and that's from 2000.
No, I think you mean to say he looks terrible, like in every way humanly possible.
He
looks
don't.
awful.
And like he stretches so slow, and I'm like, I remember you stretching much faster, like in the cartoons, my guy. Like, what's with this?
The moment that they said Elongated Man was coming onto the Flash show, I was like, this is the worst decision you could have made. Because one, it's expensive, so they're gonna cut around it and it's gonna look fucking stupid. And that's exactly what they did, and it looks fucking stupid because they had to cut around it constantly to try to make it look good, and then the CGI scenes were all terrible. I just don't think I don't know, man. Well, I'll wait and see. If it's good, it's good.
James Cameron, can you just produce another Alita Battle Angel? That's what I want to see. That's what I care for. Like,
I mean, George Lucas needs to sign off on that. Because technically, he was co-producing Alita.
who?
George Lucas.
James Cameron.
It was James Cameron.
It was James Cameron. Didn't for Alita?
Yes, James Cameron.
Yeah, James Cameron is an Alita
Okay.
fanatic.
Okay,
Yeah.
here, James.
Like that's like just give me a sequel, my guy. I know I know the first one cost $250 million,
I
but
think
come on.
he's just busy. He's just busy, and it's not gonna happen without him. Robert
Yeah.
Rodriguez is a big director, but I mean, James Cameron got that movie made,
Because of
and
him,
they're
yep.
not gonna do it without him.
True.
So it's like, but he's working on all these Avatar movies. He's gonna be
Why?
busy for a little bit.
Why so many? Nobody asked for it. I haven't even seen
I
the
did.
first one.
I did. I think the world that he's creating is something that we've never seen before. Yes, the plot of the first Avatar movie is very generic, and we've seen it a billion times, but the universe he's creating is like nothing we've ever seen. And he, even on the first Avatar, which came out in 2009, breakthrough camera technology, breakthrough VFX technology, and he's doing the same thing with these other 4 movies. So I'm excited to watch him change how we make movies. And like a lot of the second movie is going to be underwater. So it's going to be new underwater camera effects and like camera recording and shit. Like
Man,
that's what I'm
Aquaman
excited
season
for.
2
The
needs to come too.
universe.
Man, Aquaman number 2. I want
Yeah,
that shit.
Aquaman 2 is gonna be dope.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
but enough of that. What did you guys think about Arcane? Because I need to watch it, so I want to know what you guys thought about Arcane.
James, you're gonna love this show for the goddamn writing. This writing is slaps.
Writing is really good.
Like
So
it
okay.
makes you like throughout each arc is 3 episodes. So episodes 1 to 3 is one arc. 4 to 6 is one arc, and then 7 to 9 is the last arc. And this is a prequel to the League of Legends story, the lore of the series, which I didn't know about that. But while I was watching it, I did a bit of research, but not too much to spoil myself of it. And Arcane, the opening, but Imagine Dragons slaps. The song is called Enemy. I've been hearing it nonstop throughout this whole week because it just slaps. The score for each character, my favorite is Jinx and Evander, but it's so sad because once you find out who the man he was and who he is now, his score is like it has like a soft melody, which is very sad as hell. But the characters, each of them has a persona. Each of them have a goal. Each of them has an ambition. And each of these characters with me has a reason to be here. They're not just a side character. They have a motive to push each of the characters they're with along to the next path they need to go to. But also, it makes you feel like you're rooting for the protagonist, but at the same time, you're rooting for the antagonist at the same time because you're understanding one another. You're like, fuck, I want the bad guy to win. He makes a fucking point. But then I like the good guy to win because he wants to save the world. But one of the lines that says in this show is that no matter all the good you could do, you will always fail. I probably butchered the line, Sam, right? I did?
I'm trying to remember what that line
Is once Jane, is that his name? Jane? The scientist, with his assistant, and it was in the last episode, and once they were talking to each other saying that with all the good they tried to do, they was always failing.
I think you butchered it up too much. Where
No, I definitely did not butcher up too much because I definitely am saying it roughly correctly. But it's just so good. It's such an entertaining show. Sam, want to add?
So, the soundtrack for this entire series slaps. Like every fights and music like fits perfectly. The cinematography that goes within each certain parts and scenes that you didn't.
Oh, the camera work is amazing too.
It fit absolutely really well. It definitely catch your interest where, sometimes you need to watch 3 episodes and like see if you want to continue the series and that. Definitely for sure the first arc will catch you. Like you won't be too sure the first 2, but the 3rd episode, it's what gets you in. I feel like they did the time skip really well because they do go back and forth sometimes with flashbacks and everything. They do really well with portraying PTSD, trauma, and all the bad effects, the hierarchies of rich and like the underground, like low side, like poverty, and like everything that's like the top side like looks down upon. It definitely has captured, like Vash said, every character had a part to play. It really worked really well with each other, with how they meet, relationships with one another, how they work one another, the special effects of the stone, the mana stone that they use. Really beautiful. I came into the show knowing nothing about knowing no lore or anything about League of Legends.
Yeah, I know
so that's
nothing.
great. I knew nothing either, and I jumped into it and checked it out. It wasn't until the 3rd episode is when it fully catches me, because like you always have that kind of like I understand family shows and I understand the dramas and the drama of the family is what makes the show. But it took me a while until that third episode is when like, okay, you caused this trauma. We've seen how this PTSD is happening. We've seen how the effects of older siblings and then younger siblings, and where the younger siblings would never understand the older siblings, even though like they were thinking about their well-beings. And you always have the younger siblings always trying to help, like the older sibling, or at least help out with their family for what their own greater good. And you can't blame anybody in this entire show, even though the person's named Jinx. You can't blame any of people's actions, of their choices, of what happened, what caused the entire thing. And it just works absolutely well. That's the great power of its writing. It's everything fits so well. The fight scenes all great. The technology of it, as well as learning the power source of it all, the history of it all, the mutation, monsters, and drugs and all that stuff was actually really cool.
Yes, James. The whole color scheme of the characters are so well, and one of the quotes of the showrunner that made it, he said that he hates it when live adaptations of games or movies and everything tries to tell the audience of the lore first, but it doesn't make you actually care for the characters that you're getting to meet from said lore. So he said that his goal was to actually make us fall in love with the characters first and then show us the world. When he said that, it reminded me of the show Vinland Saga, because the prequel, the first season, made us fall in love with the characters first before we met the actual lore of the Vikings and everybody else. AKA we fell in love with Thorfinn, who he is, before we actually get the full story. So when I read that quote of one of the showrunners, I was like, shit, I love this guy. It makes sense of why he has this ambition and why the show did so good. It shows what he envisioned and what was his goal. It show why the show did so good, because I care about Jinx. I care about these other characters. Like these lines of the character, it was called, "In the pursuit of greatness, we fail to do good." That was the line.
That's the line. Yep.
And it's so simple, but fucking true. Like no matter what good you could do, you could also fail at it, and like that's fucking sad. Yeah, so true.
Yeah, it's a really good quote. You are not even remotely close on that one, Vash.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. You kind of chopped it up.
I felt like I was close. I felt like I'm like I said in it close by there.
The message did not come. The message did not come across. I'm sorry. No, it did not.
What you said and what the actual quote is.
I was like, what?
And also, James, I love the color scheme, because this reminds me of Star Wars Rebels / Clone Wars animation, but it's more like water palette type of animation. I feel like the characters, it was like water paint, but in the animation style. So I really found it very beautiful of the series, and I feel like a lot of people, I'm not sure if a lot of people noticed that, but I felt like that was one of the most beautiful things to see of the series.
I've only heard good things. Like even like John Campia was talking about how much he loved it. I'm like, all right, cool, bet. I'll definitely check it out.
Haley Steinfeld is Vi.
It's Vi, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, that's true.
Also Jeremy Johns, he also did a review of it as well. So I did check out his review. I've seen his review and he loved it. Like he is not a huge fan of League of Legends, but he loved the series and everything. So great review. A lot of celebrities who don't speak about animation and everything, they also spoke about them watching the series too. Was just like, okay, since when did you guys watch animation? And they was just having a good time with it too. I'm like, okay, shit.
Yeah,
it seems
I
like
had no intentions of watching. I was like, a League of Legends cartoon? I don't give a fuck. But I mean, everyone's been saying it's really good, so I will definitely check it out. I am always down for like good media.
This was great right now. Like I didn't really think myself was gonna watch it, but the show trailer because I was just there on Netflix and it looks fucking good. The score sounded great, and then I saw Imagine Dragons song called Enemy. I'm like, oh, Imagine Dragons did it. Okay, sure, why not? I'm a big fan of Imagine Dragons. I
There's a
like
lot
their
of,
music.
there's also a lot of rappers. There's also a lot of other people who also backed into the soundtrack of it. Denzel Curry was also did one of the favorite songs and one of my favorite scenes. It was the Echo versus Jinx fight. That was
Oh,
a really good one.
James, you're gonna love the character Echo, like smart kid and everything. I love his design. Like his design looks fucking amazing. Like I know next year in cons there'll be a lot of cosplay from
I mean, I
Echo
think
and Jinx.
they would have. I think they would have already because League of Legends has been around for a while.
But
I
I'm
guess
saying
like
now
they'll come
more.
back again.
But now
Yeah.
more because of this anime and that fight. This fight scene, I know that Kendall, Sam, and other people will understand this reference, but that fight scene between Jinx and
Echo.
Empress Echo reminded me of the fight of Luffy versus the Celestial Dragon. Well, not really fight, but the punch. You see regular
Well,
animation.
that's one punch.
Sorry,
compared
yeah.
to
So not
the
fight,
entire
but
flashback.
well, what I'm
and
talking about
scene.
is the animation, the change of animation. You see regular animation, and then you see the black and white, and then change it back to animation, and then change the black and white. It reminded me so much because the fight between Jinx and Echo, it was amazing, it was understandable, and it just fit very well. So I can't wait for season 2. James, they did announce season 2 already, so that's not a big spoiler. But you will, once you see the 9 episodes, you'll be like, what? Like, I can't wait to see your thoughts on it because I know Ray's watching as well, but not sure on what episode he's on.
There's
Yeah, I'm
also a
looking
lot
forward
of
to it, man.
there's also a lot of symbolism, parallels. Um, man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Lost my train of thought.
Parallel, symbolism, meaning.
No, okay, no, I remember now because I didn't notice this at first. So apparently the animation came in from Korea for it's Korean
Yeah.
animation.
That too.
So there's gonna be some voice overlap that doesn't really fit together, but I would definitely have to say the dub, even the English dub voice on par, it fits perfectly on what this series
I
is.
wonder. I do wonder how does the sub voice sound because I do
will
not.
I won't mind checking it out
Same
again.
here, me either.
in
Because
Korea.
then not that I'm thinking about like, damn, I don't mind actually watching the sub voice in Korea and just see how that sounds.
I mean, like Korea the sub has never failed me before.
Yeah, but just
especially in
curious to see.
movies.
Yeah, man, and they're killing it this year. Like, I just finished Hellbound.
Oh, so
last
did
night.
I.
Yeah. Dude,
Oh, Sam, you watch it too?
Yeah,
I saw
Hellbound
it,
was
yeah, it's true.
incredible. Squid Game was incredible. I'm gonna
Yeah.
start My Name this weekend, which
My
is this
Name?
really cool, like, crime thriller, South Korean crime thriller. Can't wait to watch that shit. Like, bro, there's so, dude, American media sucks compared to everyone else internationally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's shit compared, honestly.
A lot. I feel like somebody at work or somebody said that anime is not considered TV, but I'm like, wait, I'm like, they did just told me that. I literally in my head, I was like, is this guy's fucking with me? When he just told me that TV is not considered anime is not considered TV. I'm like, it's literally live podcast TV shows in Japan. That's their TV. When he said that, I was like, what the hell do you mean, my guy? So it just threw me off, like just threw me off guard so bad.
Kirk, you said it perfectly. Like, in English is so boring when it comes to expression. Like, watching Squid Game and watching so many other things and listening to the Japanese or Korean voices, like, actually give these, like, brilliant, like, in-depth, like, deep performances. And then you listen to, like, most English dubs and it's like, the tone's ruined. The translations are not as good, so the dialogue isn't as impactful. It's ridiculous. It honestly pisses me off sometimes. Like, the Squid Game English dub is insulting. I have no idea how people watch that shit.
I tried to watch
I could
it.
not,
I
bro.
couldn't do it. I did. I told the guys, and just like, bro, why are you watching stuff like? Oh shit, you're right. That's technically the original version is the sub. And then I watched 2 episodes, and I'm like, oh, this is so much better. I just haven't did continue, but I'm like, this is so much better. Like this is way better than I thought. The dub is not that great, which with all due respect, but it's just the sub is just way more enjoyable.
Yeah, man. All due respect to the dub voice actors, it did not work for me, and I did not get the full performances that the Korean actors gave. I did not feel or hear that in those translations. So,
I would
like
say
sub always for me.
I would say for Vash, before you go back into Squid Game, I think you should definitely check out Parasite. After all these years, watch Parasite.
I should, and I will.
Bro, you're crazy. Squid Game was fire, bro.
I know
I've
it's
seen
fire,
it
but
twice. No, because Kirk was saying he didn't care for it overall, which is fine. You know, entertainment is subjective, but to me, man, it was fire.
because there are a lot of like I understand there's a lot of other shows that also deal with life and death games kind of thing. That's like but I felt Squid Games captured it psychologically a lot more compared to
Yeah,
uh, uh Alice in Wonderland or something like that.
Alice in
in Borderlands.
I'll check that out too.
Yeah, I know like I know the story for Alice in Borderlands, but I feel like Squid Games captured the psychology of a real people, a person of will you backstab another person just to have a chance to win a lot of money, especially when you're in debt, you have no way of being able to pay it back no matter how long you've worked. You're at least in the life and death game chance where everything is fair, everybody has a same equal chance, and yeah, of course, if you lose, you die. But like if you choose to keep living and continue your life, you have that overwhelming debt over your head, a lot of depression, whatever you lose of everything. It's no different from like dying and then keep living in hell, which which I felt like that second episode they captured it completely well, because like the psychological level, every character is like have all their downsides, even if they were to not participate in the game, and even if they were to not, they feel like maybe if they can go to work and they get paid off anything. Nope, not possible. Everybody is struggling. Everybody are on their last line of rope. You might as well go into a game where you have an equal amount of chance to like win the jackpot of money. That's what I feel. Steve, I know you like Alice in Borderland more, but I feel like Squid Game was like a lot better and a more humane. Not no like special effects, no of that satellite laser thing to kill people. To play a kids game, and you're an adult, and that's literally like, that's all fair game. It's literally reliving your own childhood, and if you don't win,
Yeah, like for me, it was just like just watching the human experience, the things that people will do to each other for money, and of course to survive. You know, it's like we can talk about being together and kumbaya and all of this bullshit, but I mean, when it comes down to it, I mean, it's all about number one. So it's just watching that and watching people being broken down to their most like primal state just to survive and just to get to the next level. But Steve, I haven't seen Alice in Borderland yet, so I can't say anything else about it. But I will watch it within the next 2 weeks once I get through like My Name and Arcane. I'll definitely watch it because I want to know. I've heard it's fire and I want to check it out. I'm trying to consume as much like South Korean like content as I can right now because everything I've been watching is just fire. So
definitely
was good.
There's a lot of perception that you can have for Squid Game itself. It's like it's like literally like, do you see the world as people who are born good, or are they born evil? And of course,
and who do you relate to yourself, to number 10, to number 456? I think that was his number, or stuff like that. Like each person has their own personality in Who could you
Like,
relate to the more?
people can have morals and they can like do the right thing, but most of the time it's people who take advantage of people who have good morals of their own and just, survive before them, just live. And the backstabs, the betrayals, the actions, the sacrifices that was all made with that show, I felt it hit everywhere. Human connection and its most primal emotions, every single actor had captured it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just very exciting for a lot of these series that's been going on with Netflix. Any streaming service, more Disney Plus hasn't had a miss yet. We could talk about Hawkeye tomorrow to see how people feel if it's hit or miss. But every streaming service like Netflix has hit and misses. Now all shows are gonna do great. Like James mentioned, like One Piece and Avatar: Last Airbender could be good, could be bad. It just depends. And right now, for Netflix this past month, a lot of people love Arcane. A lot of people was okay with Cowboy Bebop. So right now, that's not bad. I call that a good winning. You're ending up the year good, because another great series is coming out at the end of this month, and that's fucking The Witcher. And I can't wait for that one as well. Cause
Season 2.
Season 2, yes.
Can't wait for The Witcher.
The Witcher season 2, man. Because I'm about to start rewatching season 1 just to give me that great toss a coin to your Witcher. Oh, Valley.
And we will definitely do a season 2 review on villains for sure.
Awesome. Love to hear that. So can't wait for that. It is, I think, a good time to wrap the show, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to be on for half this time.
Yeah, but this was a great convo.
This was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, like this was such a good time to talk to the boys. It wasn't as crazy. We did a good 2 reviews of 2 shows and just recap NYC as a whole. We had a good time. I had a great time. Just chilling, relaxing, getting ready for the big main show of talking 3 full episodes of Hawkeye tomorrow. So this was a good time to get back into the groove of content creating and getting back to the next mojo.
Yes.
So it just felt good. So James, where can the people find you? Any last thoughts? Did you have a good time? How did it feel?
Yeah, man, it was great to be back doing the show. Can't wait to do villains tomorrow. It was great to talk about Anime NYC. Great to talk about Cowboy Bebop. But yeah, check me out tomorrow with Vash and Steve. Actually, we're gonna be talking about the first 3 episodes of Hawkeye. Can't wait to talk about that. There might be 1 or 2 news topics. It depends on what pops up, what happened throughout the week. But if you want to find everything that I do, just go to carefulforspoilers.com. You'll see our latest reviews where I have a written review of Cowboy Bebop. You can check out my Eternals review. We have a list of the top 10 best horror movies that you can watch on HBO Max. Our most anticipated games of 2022. We have so many different articles on the website. You can get links to the Patreon from there, all types of stuff. So
when's
all of
the
our social
Spider-Man review? When's the Spider-Man review?
That's a good question, Sam. We haven't gotten there yet. Like,
yeah, I mean, I would like to review it that Friday.
It's like in 2 weeks.
But I mean,
everything is still coming together.
I don't know. It depends on
when you thank God Sam bought the tickets Saturday, because I just realized I'm gonna be in New Jersey that Thursday and Friday. So thank God I didn't buy tickets that Saturday. I mean that Thursday and Friday.
Okay, so we'll probably have to do like a double episode. Well, not a double episode because
we're watching it Saturday afternoon.
Actually, so the 17th will be Okay, so the 20th. We could do it on the 20th.
I'm off.
Monday the 20th.
I'm on vacation. So yeah, I'm on vacation.
That'll be the villains episode for that week, because that Friday is Christmas Eve and we're not going to have a show. So on the 20th, you heard it here first on Anime Lately, guys. On Monday the 20th, we are going to be doing a Spider-Man No Way Home full spoilers review. It's going to be lit.
Yes, Watkins. Sam got us the tickets for me and him to see it that Saturday, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock. I know somewhere around there.
2:20.
I was close. 2:20
on Thursday at 3 p.m. I can't wait.
I would have gotten tickets, but thing is, with my life and my production, I don't get told what's happening 2 weeks from now. So I can't really say, hey guys, I got movie tickets to see Spider-Man. And then I found out a couple of days, 2 days later, saying, hey, we're actually going to be filming upstate and we're going to have you guys in the hotel. I'm like, huh. But unless I find...
everything.
No, I'm going to be off...
Everything.
Unless I find that there's a movie theater that night of the hotel, then I'm going to probably go watch it.
Probably
Yeah,
will.
I'll probably go watch the movie and just drive over there like, hey guys, who wants to go come with me and watch Spider-Man, from the crew.
But if you could get a ticket, actually, no, you probably can.
Upstate New
you
York,
most
definitely
probably
more of a possible chance than actually here in the little 5 boroughs. So definitely. And I'm
So stay off of social media like at least 3 days before, because the UK
By Monday.
gets it 2 days early.
Right.
And
No.
you
Right.
know there's going
but
to
also
be spoilers
press
on
sees
Twitter.
it that Tuesday or Monday usually of the same week. So I'm gonna be
And
offline.
Variety,
And Deadline.
and like Forbes, they spoil the shit out of these movies. So
They don't know,
stay away.
they don't know how to do
It's
non-reviews.
everything.
It's like, yo, it's called non-spoiler review. It's not called fucking spoiler. The movie hasn't come out publicly. Y'all get me tight with
Dude.
it.
Forbes had a full spoilers breakdown of the Rise of Skywalker like 2 weeks before the movie, bro.
What the
It was
fuck?
ridiculous. Full spoiler breakdown, scene by scene, bro. Like,
It's just like, I know if Toby and Andrew are in the movie or not. Alright, cool. If they are or not. But if I get spoiled by timeline, Twitter, social media, news article, if I get spoiled by that before I see the movie, I'm gonna be dumb tight. Like, spoilers don't get me mad, but I'm gonna be dumb tight that I don't actually get the movie experience of seeing.
I'm gonna be pissed for this movie.
Yeah,
Because
like,
if Toby and Andrew are in this movie, I want to see it organically in the theater when it happens.
Same.
I don't want to see it on fucking Twitter.
yeah, I want to actually experience that. So I'm gonna say as well right now, if you follow me on Twitter and everything, any type of social media plugs will be coming by somebody else. I'm gonna just be sending it from my phone through text message, like, yo, upload this, do this. But I'm not touching Twitter or social media since of that Monday, the 13th of that Monday. I'm logging off Twitter and deleting it from my app. I'm like, nope, you are gone. Bye. That's it.
I still don't think they're in it. I don't think they're in the movie.
I believe we
I
have a
think-
bet somewhere.
I think the person punching the lizard is actually Doc Ock, bro. I think Doc Ock is going to help Peter fight the Sinister Six and put them back. I don't think they're in the movie. That I think the only time I think you'll see them is when Doctor Strange is doing the spell. I think we're going to see a bunch of different people in like a Speed Force vision thing, and I think we'll see them maybe, but I don't think they're going to be fighting in this movie, bro. I don't see it happening. But if I'm wrong, I will take that L. I would be happy to be wrong, because I would love to see them.
Well, you heard
But
it here.
I'm sticking to my guns.
James is
Do
gonna
not
take an
think they're in the
L.
movie.
James is gonna take a big L.
We'll see, because I do not think they're in the movie at all.
I mean,
But we will see.
organically, we definitely can see Doc Ock and Sandman helping Peter. I mean, if it means for them to stay in this universe, who knows?
Oh, dope. Sam, Ryan voices Asuna, older brother in the movie we're gonna be watching this Saturday.
Oh, nice. Cool.
So that's gonna be dope to see. I forgot we're watching the Sober Dope.
Jordan, trust me. I hope I take that L. Believe me. There is nothing I want more than to see them standing in a line against Electro, Sandman, and Lizard. There's nothing I want more. But
And Goblin.
I don't think it's happening.
I mean, they're doing a better job for Jamie Foxx and Electro.
Yes, we're getting an Electro from a completely different universe that doesn't suck. Thank God.
Yes, Jordan. I hope he takes this to L too because I just want it to happen.
Please, I hope I do.
I want to see the two best Spider-Man be on screen together: Tom Holland and Andrew Garfield be together side by side, and then with the number 3 with him, Toby,
They're not,
with them
they're
together.
not in the movie.
I just want to see it. I just want to see them. I just want to be like just Andrew. By the way, if we have time tomorrow, I could go more in depth. But I saw the Amazing Spider-Man, the first one. Damn, that movie is still so fucking good. Oh my god,
It is?
the suit is so fucking amazing. I cried watching that film with my fiance. I don't know what the hell. I was mad high, but two, I was just so emotional to watching this movie because Spider-Man is my favorite character. But the movie, Andrew does a fantastic job, and Gwen and seeing the father and the fight with the lizard, and just the way Andrew acts as Peter. The stutterness, the whole being nervous and knowing not to talk.
I don't think his Peter Parker is good. I think it's okay.
It's not perfect, but I like it. I feel like
he is arguably the best Spider-Man. Like,
yes,
just Spider-Man only, but I think Tom Holland is better because he's good at both.
he's a good at both. I agree, but I feel like Andrew, just the way he switches when he has a mask on, he's a whole different person, and just the way he's just smart with the webs and everything. Like I just want to see him on screen again, and I'm just hoping I don't give a f about Toby. I just care about Andrew and seeing him on screen.
Yeah.
I want James to take
not
the L.
bad. I just don't care about him, right? Like Michael Keaton as Batman. I don't care about him as Batman at all. I know that's sacrilege to some people. They think he's so good. I don't get it.
Say?
He looks great in the suit, and Tim Burton knows how to light scenes, and he looks fucking awesome in the suit. But what does Michael Keaton do that makes him a good Batman? I don't get it, but I know that's sacrilege. But that's how I feel about Tobey Maguire. He's fine, but he's not as good as Andrew or Tom.
Agree.
Sorry.
I'm glad I'm glad we agree on this. Not like another other things, but we agree on this 100%, and I'm happy about that because Andrew, Tom, and Toby are just in that ranking. Just a nice ranking right there. Oh, and news that we could definitely talk about tomorrow is the trilogy of the new Spider-Man films.
Yeah, because there's actually controversy surrounding that, because that's what Amy Pascal said, but according to the higher-ups at Sony, that's not, solidified yet. That's not in ink, so...
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting that how it's kind of be a bit of double standard right there. It's like, wait, so what's really going on there? So I'm like, huh.
Yeah, she kind of just talks. Like, if you've ever seen her interviews, she kind of just says things.
Oh.
It's like, yo, we haven't...
Kevin Feige is a meme.
We haven't signed this yet.
It's a meme whenever he's with her. He'd be like, bitch, what?
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can't say.
Like, when did we agree on this? Where's the papers?
Right?
When did I sign this?
What are you talking about?
I'd be like, huh? Yo, like, if you just zoom on Kevin's face, you'd be like... He'd be like...
But,
it's just his eyes be opening sometimes. His face move, his shoulder shrug. He'd be like, wait, what? It's just amazing. Like, he's just a whole comedy meme.
Are we going to get another trilogy? More than likely, yes. There is definitely a high 90% chance that we do get another trilogy within the MCU. So that's the other thing, right? It's like there might be only one movie within that new trilogy that technically takes place in the MCU, and then the last two won't have any MCU characters in it. So that's another thing that people are saying. But yeah, we can talk about it more on Villains tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely for sure. But I think we're good to wrap now. Yeah, definitely for sure.
Officially?
Yeah.
Okay, James, you could go back into putting your plugs in.
Yes,
I know that was 20 minutes ago. But
I'm sorry, but chat was here giving conversations, talking, and we just kept on going. My apologies. I'm gonna just stay shut.
The only downside is that we can't watch the first two movies before No Way Home. It's not on Disney Plus.
Yeah, you gotta buy separately.
You have to buy it. Yeah.
No, technically all the Spider-Man films you gotta buy separately. They're no on no streaming service.
All right. Yeah. Maybe I'll purchase them both, and then we'll just stream and watch it in Discord or something. But yeah. James, yes, your plugs.
Yeah, but you can find if you want to find everything that we do, just go to see4spoilers.com. You'll find links to all of our podcasts, all of our social media, the merch store, Patreon, all of our reviews, all our articles. Check out the website. That is our hub for everything.
For me, you can find myself at Legendy Vash on Twitter and IG, everywhere. I do production, post production, content creation, whenever the hell I can. But definitely, at the end of this month, for a good 2 weeks, I'll be doing content creation with streams, Twitch, gaming with Sam. We'll be doing whatever the hell we can for anime reactions and whatever we could put out. I'll be speaking to our video editor to see what we can cook up and see what we can do moving forward. So we keep you guys posted. But I appreciate for you guys watching the anime podcast episode 113. It's been a while. Hope you guys do miss us. Sean and Ronnie will still continue. Anime podcast will do our best to be consistent, or we'll try to change our dates to make it much easier for the team. But we will keep you guys updated in anything in the foreseeable future, also on social media and on the community tab and plus Discord. Sam, take us home.
Yeah. Guys, you can always follow me at Sam the Manga Man and all my social medias. We thank you guys for watching and or listening. We really appreciate it. We love our fun talk. This was a really nice and chill talk. I'm glad. I hope you guys had a good time. This has been Sam the Manga Man, and you've been listening to the Anime Daily Podcast. Peace.